anything along those lines, a vision of what that looks like, you're not going to stop until it's obtained. It's like a dream it will eventually become a nightmare if you don't obtain it. It's going to haunt you over and over and over again. So those are the big things that I would be thinking about, because MD is it's a mental game. It's a mental game. That's what MD is. It's a mental game. And once you break past the mental saying, yeah, I can do it, then your body will fall in line. But if your mental is not there, your body doesn't fall in line. Cool. So hopefully that helps you guys in that conversation. There was a tons of nuggets. I mean, I learned a lot just how to start promoting some MDs more right now from each one of the MDs that have already been promoted. And it's going to be exciting for everybody else that's going to be moving forward for the next half of the year as well. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Springer.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay, that was awesome. So listen.
Major nuggets. Major
Everybody has some good ones. I was like, ooh, yep, that was what I was gonna say. That was what I was gonna say. The other thing that I would say that nobody said was you have to have staff. You're not gonna hit marketing director by yourself. So you need to either be plugging into a BSC or have a BSC, because you're going to be running and trying to get your people promoted and all of that. You don't have time to be sitting in front of the computer, making sure everything goes through. And that structured person is going to be very, very essential to you hitting that promotion. I would say the other thing would be to be a promoter. You grow from big event to big event, and the people who bring the most people to the big events, the people who have the most people on this call, the people who have the most people on these types of qualifying things, they're always the ones who end up hitting their next promotion, because they're promoting all the things that are happening in between. And I would say the last thing is that you just have to be unwilling to move the goal. Sometimes we don't reach our goal and then we want to move it to next month and move it to next month. If it's a must, then it'll happen, right? So I love that. That was so awesome. What a great training for you guys to hear from all the MDs, all of the big nuggets of what you got to do. This next person that's coming up, I'm really excited for her to get a chance to have the opportunity to speak. This young lady, she has been a pillar in our organization in Max Life from the beginning of time. She has had so much personal development and grown into somebody that you would not even recognize if you knew the person who started and coded through this company. She is the leader of World Class, going to be talking to us about social media marketing. Give it up to none other than Miss Stephanie Romansky, or like as I like to call her, Jen.
Oh, Stephanie.
So, thank you guys so much. I'm just envisioning 68 people on my team screaming world class. So, yeah, that's cool. You're just an extension. But you guys, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Spring. I'm going to make sure that I am on a timer really quick because I can talk for days. But I'm going to show you guys social media marketing, and I'm going to show you something that I'm doing firsthand. So let me share my screen. And for some of you guys that don't know my story, I have been in, let's see, start broadcast. If you guys can still hear me, I have been in the business for 6 years now. And can you see my screen? Can you guys see my?
Yes.
If you guys are, yes? Can somebody say yes or no?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Sorry, I can't see anything else. So, guys, so this is me. My name is Stephanie. Like I said, I've been here for 6 years now, going on 20. And I'm so excited that social media is something that I hated in the beginning. It's something that I don't even like technology. So it's just kind of funny. Like Spring said, you change into a completely different person, but you'll change into the person if you really work on yourself that you were always intended to be. So World Class Agency, I am an entrepreneur. These are things that you guys should be posting. Your agency, branding your name along with PHP, talking about PHP. My slogan, one of my slogans is read, learn, master, grow, and glow. So I put that on everything. World-class social media marketing. Go ahead, the 68 people on here, go ahead and follow me on Instagram so you can see that I'm actually walking what I'm talking, right? And there's Miss Romansky. And you guys can take screenshots and everything. So social media, and I have a bunch of notes too. Like I really plan for this, guys, because I'm really excited about this. This has been a change for me. So we are marketers, you guys. We are financial marketers. That is our title. We are supposed to make what we do look fun. Like you are not supposed to make what you do miserable. Like why would anybody want to come and join your business if all you're doing is working, but you're not showing any results. You're not showing any change. You're not showing any identity shift. You're not showing anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that you really have to do. And you don't have to have a lot of money. And I'm going to be able to explain that to you on how you can start upping your marketing without having a lot of money. So social, and that's duplicatable. So again, social media is your highlight reel. Erica Aguilar always talks about how it's her highlight reel. So you guys can go ahead and zoom in on your on this yourself. But I wanted to give her, she has 18,000 followers. She gets people to get into her inbox, right? So you have to stay relevant in people's mind, okay? The more you post, the more you're in people's mind. Grant Cardone talks about it all the time. Like you need to stay in people's minds, okay? They say that 7 exposures get somebody to close. These are little mini seeds of exposure. These people are starting to feel like they actually know you. Okay, so I look at marketing similar to advertising. Okay, these people, they put out thousands, if not millions of dollars to put billboards up, to do this and that. And we have free advertising for your business on social media. It's free, free 99. Okay, and whose message is getting pushed out there the most? Who is influencing? Guys, like this quote right here, this is what I wanted to drop for you. Let me tell you, most of the influencers and models on the gram are living paycheck to paycheck. They look like they're living a 6-figure lifestyle, but it's all set up and play. They can't teach you how to make money and run up a check. A lot of people claim to be influencers, but what are you influencing people to do is the real question. Okay? Social media helps you water millions of seeds daily if you take it serious, if you choose to take it serious. These are the most influential people in, let me see how much more time I have. Oh, okay, I have a little bit of time. I'm talking fast. It's Cali girl, talking fast. These are the top 20, I just cut it at 8, but the most influencers, I guess, or whatever you would say, on Instagram. You look at Ariana Grande has 194 million followers. Okay, Kylie Jenner has 185 million followers. But all of their messages are pretty much the same. Like they went after their goals and their dreams and they've attained it, right? So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do to get 230 million people on your page? You have a message, right? Is Ronaldo's message more important than yours? No, he just did something about it. Okay, so we need to be influencers. That is a real job title. That is a real thing. Okay. Baby boomers probably are like wondering, how is that a real job title? I don't know. It's a thing now. Like I was saying, I have a big point on that, but we have to be professional marketers, you guys. These people are professional marketers. Okay. This is what I loved when Kenny showed last night. Like, he put on the website, and the Elate was amazing. Kenny's was the one that really hit me the most because of how professional he was. And hopefully you guys can beg him to do a training for you, but making a website for you, it's a landing page. And so basically people will go and scope you out. With that being said, you got to have a way to get people onto the landing page. And that's what this marketing is for. Okay, so have that credibility to back you up and use the marketing to push people towards that. If you want to do that. If not, you do not even need a website. You do not have to have that. I don't want anybody to think on here that you have to have this. You do not have to have it at all. It's a very nice touch, however. Okay, because most of us did it without any of that. So, and know who you're marketing to, okay? My biggest thing is that I really wanted you guys to see how, like, really look at the professionals and start duplicating that, because that is the 6th play of this business, is to duplicate it. So if you guys don't take this serious, you guys are missing money, like 100%. And we all know this because nobody's really going outside right now. right? So you have to really look at the things and look at the people that you want to be like and start emulating that page. Okay. Spring talks about my alter ego, Jennifer. Okay. When I take pictures on Instagram, I pretend that I'm Jennifer at all times and I'm doing my lifestyle. Okay. So if you look at Erica, I've connected with Erica. There's other people that might connect with Money Smart. There's other people that might connect with how Pat has all the billionaires leaving NYC. That's a professional look on his page. I personally like Erica's style. She's a lot of lifestyle. Okay. So as I started to change mine, I just wanted to give you guys an example as I finish up here. And if anybody has any questions, go ahead and start putting them in there. So I can answer one or two. But somebody sent me, when I started changing my marketing to match Erica's, somebody sent me an old recruit of mine. Just wanted to say hi and let you know I'm so proud of you. Thank you. He said, your new style of pictures are dope. I said, thank you. That means so much to me. What do you think is different? I'm just living. And he said, well, for starters, your social media is dope, or whatever he's saying, right? So that was a big deal because this person is really big on lifestyle. And so I was like, dang, I got him. I got him. Okay. That means that I'm doing my job right. Okay. So if you get messages like that, that means keep doing that. Okay. And if you're not, if you feel like you're in the system, keep doing what you're doing and it'll happen. If you can see, I have a picture up here. You can look at, if you guys know what the highlights are, sorry, I don't know how to do anything on here, but I think it's a girl thing that they have the highlights in this section and they have it. I can show you guys how to do all of that. I would love to do an extended training because this is very fast. But I just wanted you guys to see, since I started changing this, I've actually gotten 1,000 new followers on Instagram. And I'm working on getting 1,000 new directs. So I don't even know how to get out of this. But that is my training for right now. And then I do want to open it up. I have about a minute if somebody has a question. If somebody wants to write it in there. And then I do have a lot of things that I wanted to, there's so much more that I can go over in social media. And I want to be able to teach you guys because we are and the other thing is, this is actually before I'm not even gonna, yeah, I will absolutely set up something. But you guys, we really have to start, right? We really have to start posting each other. Like every single person on here, we have to flood each other. Like Spring and Curtis, every single time they're training, you guys should be like, my mentor, this, and this, because it's leverage. It's leverage, you guys. We are using leverage on social media. Okay. So and think about it, and I'm almost done. Okay. I know my timer's about to go off. But if you think about it like this, if somebody continuously sees Spring on my Instagram and I take her to a party with me and I introduce her to that person, they're going to feel like they already know her. So that edification is already done because I'm edifying her. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm controlling what people see on my social media. So I'm going to control that you think all of my mentors I'm going to be Stephanie, the shit. Okay. And that this team is going up and that they would be crazy to miss out on what we're doing. Put the vision, put the luxury lifestyle up there and show people where you're going. People want to know where you're going. Okay. So that is my training. I think I about passed my time. And I was trying to give everything to you guys, but if we got to do another one, I'm more than happy to. Thank you so much.
Awesome
Let's
job,
go,
Stephanie.
Wow, Steph.
Awesome. I'm excited for her to be growing her following, all that stuff. So take those tips, message her, get your questions answered because she's doing a really great job with that. We're really fired up. So next up, we're going to hear from, again, our coach. He's going to be talking about one of the most important things in our company. If you focus on this, you are sure to win. He's going to talk to you guys about President's Club. And right after that, you're going to have another video clip that's going to immediately follow his training. And then you will come back to the next trainers. But so excited. Give it up for your coach, Curtis Eatman.
Let's go, coach.
Let's go, coach.
So guys, great training, Steph. I like what you're doing with your social media as well. You definitely have leveled up. We call it, all right? Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm excited for what you said for training for the squad to be able to learn too. So guys, go back to your packets. A lot of my conversation with you guys is going to be into your packets as we move forward so we can finish it up. If you watched The Last Dance, again, I kind of mentioned it earlier, what's about Tex Winters, and he brought the triangle offense to the Chicago Bulls, which was a separator, which the play they ran. And then they duplicated it and Phil Jackson took that with Tex Winters to the Lakers, where Kobe Bryant and everybody in that organization started running, and they won 3 to 6 other championships outside of that too. So this is our triangle offense. Okay. This is our triangle offense. And some of you might be on this call and say, okay, I want to hit MD. I'm literally going to give you the formula to hit MD. Some of you say, you know what? I think past MD. I'm not here to hit MD. I have a lot of bigger goals and dreams of that, as you should. Well, great. I'm going to tell you a formula to become a senior vice president. Okay. And then I'm going to tell you how to do it within 6 months instead of a year. So the formula is to do it within a year. But let me tell you, the phase of what PHP is at now, the environment's birthing a lot bigger thinkers that are planning to do bigger things because of compounding timeframes. And we have a pandemic going on right now. So it's actually in our favor, because through social media and everything else we talked about last night, is that you have an audience. You have more of an audience than you ever had in your businesses. So it's going to be a good idea to do it. So here's the first step. So this is the 12th month run for it. And some of you also want to be running a 1 million point base shop. So here you go. So month 1 is you do 10 recruits in your business. You invite 10 people into your business. Every recruit will produce 2,000 points. That's $170 in life insurance premium. Okay. So if each recruit, that's all that every recruit gets internal consumption, which is their own personal policy, plus being field trained, equates to 2,000 points. Then therefore you would get what? 20,000 points. Simplicity, right? Cool. That's month 1. So you do 10, 20,000. Second month, you do what? 15 recruits, 30,000 points. Third month, what do? 25 recruits, 50,000 points. What would you become? A marketing director. Why? Because the MD is what? 50 recruits, 100,000 points. You would cross that. Got it? All right. That's the easiest way to hit MD. Next, if you kept going, it's very interesting. Kenny said, don't stop, because you just keep going. So you give your exchange leg up. 35 recruits is your next month. 2,000 per is what? 70,000 points. Next month, 50, get your blue shirt. 2,000 points per recruit, because you have your filters, you're fast starting, what you're doing, what you need to do. You're going to run what? 50, 100,000 points. And by the way, you're MD now. So you running these numbers, you're playing what's called GEB. You're getting overpaid for running these numbers. Then you do what? 50, 100 again. You will become a what? SMD. So some of you guys say, I want to be an SMD before the year ends. Well, here you go. Here's your formula. Okay. Some of you guys, I want to be an EMD. We'll keep going. 50 recruits, 100,000 points. 75 the next month, which means you get what? Your green shirt, 150,000 points. You do it again the next month, you will be a what? A EMD, Executive Marketing Director. But remember, you wouldn't slow down unless that's where your vision stops. So then therefore you keep going. So then 100 recruits, you get a what? 100 recruit shirt, base shop shirt, right? Now you're at 200,000 points, 200,000 points, and you do it 3 times in a row. What are you? A senior vice president. If you add that all together, you're what? A 1 million point base shop as well. Okay, so a lot of you might be positioning yourself to be a SVP by July of next year, August of next year, by starting this now. Start this skill level now while you're in the base shop. And MDs, this is something we got to get back to, because this is the triangle offense. This is what works. It's something new. It's not a game. It works very, very simply. We just got to work the offense. And some of you might be bigger thinkers and say, you know what? I'm not looking to do this in 12 months. Like, that's a year from now. I want to do this half the time, because I'm a more like a GOAT type of person, or an MJ, or like I'm trying to break records. I don't want to do like what most people do, which is in 12 months. Well, take every number I gave you and just times it by 2. That's it. So instead of doing your first month 10 recruits, do 20. Okay, so then what would you have? 40,000 points. You just double it, you're going to hit these promotions faster. So it means you hit SMD in 90 days. You hit EMD in 180 days. You will be an SVP in 6 months, not 12 months, because you doubled the numbers. So I wanted to bring that up because that's something, again, if we get back to the fundamentals of this game, which is base shop building, you cannot beat President's Club. There's a reason why we fight over these shirts. Because we know these shirts mean something. It's inventories, raw material, what we talked about in the beginning. And for those that want to run million point base shops, what all of us do on this call, this is a quick formula to get all of it in one. This formula, this triangle offense, doesn't just help you win championships, but it gets everything else involved as well. So I want to bring this up because it's a simple formula and it's something that needs to be talked about a lot more consistently as we consistently keep building, stepping into the second half of this season. Cool. Next one, is there a video next?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's my conversation about PC running the triangle offense. I'm gonna pass it back to, I think Joel has a video for us before we talk about.
Way to go, coach!
Take that.
I'll play you something from mine.
While Scotty was out, Dennis was a model citizen to a point where it was driving him insane. So when Scotty came back, Dennis wanted to take a vacation. I come to practice, Phil calls me and says, look, Dennis wants to tell you something. And when Dennis wants to tell me something, I know it's not something that I want to hear. So Dennis says, I need a vacation. And I look at Phil and say, Phil, what do you mean, vacation? He says he needs a vacation. He needs some time off to let loose. I say, look, Phil, let me tell you something, man. I'm not, if anybody needs a vacation, I need a vacation. We look at Dennis and said, Dennis, what are you going to do? He says, well, I need to go to Vegas. Phil, you let this dude go to vacation, we're not going to see him. You let him go to Vegas, we definitely not going to see him. So he looks at Dennis and says, Dennis, well, can your vacation be like 48 hours? And Dennis is like, I got no other choice. I take whatever you can give me. I'll take the 48 hours.
All right, cool. So the next phase, all right, that we're going to talk about now is your base shop checkup. All right, your base shop checkup. So go ahead and check. Let's see. It should be page, I don't know if it's 14 for yourselves. Go ahead and check that out for yourselves. Guys, it's page 14. Okay, so we're going over base shop checkup, and we're going to go over a little bit of different things that's happening in your base shop right now. And as you are starting to develop your team and things on those lines, why do we play that clip? What are we trying to inject? Is when we're in season, the mindset, you know, there's a reason why Jordan was different. And you're going to hear this as we keep going, you watch him, you study him. And again, you don't have to be like Jordan. He says it. You don't have to play like me, but you don't also have to win like me. Okay, so this is not for everybody. That talk's not for everybody. And then also you have to understand there's different people on your squads too. Some people got to go and do what they got to do. And you might be a Dennis Rodman on this squad, all right? And Phil was able to coach a Dennis Rodman. Most people couldn't. He went to Detroit Pistons. He went to the Spurs. He went to a lot of different places. He didn't find a home until he went to the Bulls because he was able to have a simple conversation with Phil, and Phil had his back and say, let him go. But Jordan knew, and as you watch the clips, go watch The Last Dance if you haven't. He didn't go for the 48 hours like Jordan told he was there for a very long time. They had to go get him, right? But sometimes you got that on your team too. Sometimes you need to go get your Dennis Rodman. Like, hey, we are in season. Like, wake up. Like, you're vacationing too much. Bring you back. Let's go. We got a championship to win. Okay, sometimes you go get your people too as well. So let's go through this checkup so that we can get clear on some different things that are going on in your teams as well. Be very transparent. As you can see, there's a score here. It says score yourself, 0 if it never happens, 1 for sometimes, and 2 for always. Okay. So the first one says, I have a clearly defined business philosophy. 0 1 or 2. I have a clearly defined business philosophy. Number 2, I have a clear vision of where we are going, and everyone on the team can recite it. Everyone hops on your bus, and everyone knows exactly where the destination is going on the field trip. Can everyone recite where we're going? I set the example by recruiting a minimum of 2 to 4 personal recruits every month. I set the example by developing 8 to 12 personal clients every month. What's the first video we showed you? Jordan goes, I am never going to tell you to do something that I'm not going to do. Next one, it says number 5, I have clearly written business plan, and my key upline and downline leaders have a copy of my plan. 0, 1, or 2. I have a world-class, no point intended, assistant that I and my base shop have access to. Seven, I speak to my key people every day, either in person or on the phone or via Zoom, 0, 1, or 2. And by the way, maybe you're on this call and say, well, I don't have a team yet. I don't have any half this stuff yet. Well, this kind of positions you to know what you need to start going towards, and start picking up these habits early than later. Next is I use communication method to get to my entire team on a daily basis, and I update them with good news. So we use band. Maybe some of you still use GroupMe. Maybe you use text messages, whatever that is. Is it good news? We call it the Good News Network. 9, I'm accountable to my uplines. 0, 1, or 2. I am quickly earning new promotions within 6 months from the last one. 0, 1, or 2. 11, I'm the most competitive person on our team, and I study the leaders bulletin all the time. 12, my team believes they're the luckiest people in the world to be on the team and would not trade for any other leader. Wouldn't trade me for any other leader. 0, 1, or 2. I am a predictable leader to my teammates by showing up at the same time daily before 9 a.m. Obviously, this is weird right now with the Zoom stuff, but 0, 1, or 2. All right. 14, I have established a team ego. Our team has an identity. 0, 1, or 2. My team believes I can take them places. Answer that for yourself. I run an MD factory. I run a consistent personal development program, sharing the books I read and the audios I listen to. I am a great teacher of the business. I'm currently building a rabbit, which I personally field train and run all of their appointments. Means you're locked on to somebody that's an ex-MD. I never talk about what I used to do, only what I am doing now and where I'm going now. 0, 1, or 2. I spend an hour every Sunday night preparing for the upcoming week and 30 minutes daily to prepare for the following day. This number 22, I get a lot of questions on that. 21, I get a lot of questions on that one. So that's something that we could pay attention to, that one for sure. 22 is I separate my training classes into classes out of the PHP Blueprint. So we train from the PHP Blueprint, which is our training manual. 23, I teach every class we have out of the PHP Blueprint. 24. I am a hero to my team. Keep it up. I teach my people really how to win, and so my people know how to overcome objections in a duplicatable manner. Zero, 1, or 2. I know how to overcome objections in a duplicatable manner. Do you? 0, 1, or 2. 27. I consider myself the best on the phone. 0, 1, or 2. 28. My trainings consist of role playing. It's not me talking the whole time. Role playing. PDR. 29. Our base shop is fully aware of the captain system. It's the heart of attaining the highest guest count, and we hold them accountable to it. That's a good one. 29. 0, 1, or 2. I may have lost a lot of you at this point. But for those that are saying, man, no, I want to be an MD, I want to run an agency, I want to be a big builder, this stuff is like, oh, this is what I'm going to do if you're not doing it yet. 30. I have tacking boards for all my leaders with the amounts of licensed agents on their team and goals to hit. How do you track all your people? What's their goals? 31. Within 2 weeks, all my teammates know the scripts and get results on the phone. That's only within 14 days of getting coded. 0, 1, or 2. I insist on having all my agents into the new PHPU class. That could be Crusaders College as well. 0, 1, or 2. 33. President's Club is talked about with everyone on the team, and I always run special retreats just for the qualifiers. 0, 1, or 2. PHP system flow chart is on my office wall, and we run first week within 24 to 48 hours of the agents getting started. 0, 1, or 2. I send thank you cards and birthday cards to all my clients and agents. That's a big one. It's a really good one. Just saying. I use a software program to keep records of all my recruits and agents' mailing address, birthday, and anniversaries. This may be a CRM that personally you use or Excel that you use yourself or anything like that to track. I send packages to prospective clients and recruits. We have a standard of getting a minimum of 5 referrals with every client. That's a big one. I run a weekly phone zone, 0, 1, or 2. What's your base? What's your team? 40. My team is a fanatical about day after BOM. It's BOM follow-up. They're fanatic about it. Why? Because there's people that are invited that didn't show up, so it's easy to follow up. And it's those that did show up that you have to follow up with to either what? Recruit, sell, or get referrals. You know the second day is the best day. Follow-up is in the reward. We call the top 25 list the day we create the list with the new recruit. 0, 1, or 2. My assistant has tracking systems for guests, filters for new recruits, new business follow-up, and licensing. My assistant has tracking systems for what? Guest, filters for new recruits, new business follow-up, and licensing. I am working as hard as I can. Ooh, 43 is a gut check. 0, 1, or 2. I am working as hard as I can. 44. I'm a saver and I have a clear philosophy when it pertains to my finances. 0, 1, or 2. I run a monthly base shop contest. I qualify for all company trips. I master promoter. I am a master promoter and I build big event to big event. All right, cool. Let's keep going. I'm constantly thinking about being number one and creating a tradition of building number ones. 0, 1, or 2. I have a vision board with my dreams on it, which I look at on a daily basis. Maybe it's on your phone, your screensaver, whatever it may be, but you see it on a daily basis. 50, one of my favorites. I play hurt, show no fear, and I keep a positive attitude at all times. You won't know what's going on until I get over it. Then I'll tell you the story. So you guys going to add that up for you? Take some time to add that up. And if you're a 0 to 60, okay, 60 to 80 or 80 to 100, do we have any 0 to 60s? Is anybody like, was anybody like a 0 to 60, like in that range?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Coach.
If you're still 0 to 60, the checkup list still says you still need to be in the base shop currently. Doesn't mean you have to stay in the base shop, but your current level of what you're doing, what you're doing currently right now, you still need to stay in the base shop. But you're on this call to increase that, okay? Do we have any 60 to 80s? Anybody have anything higher than 60?
Coach, I got a 62.
Hey, or a funny joke. We did a base shop checkup when Melina was just a director at a Million Point Base Shop Retreat in Lake Tahoe. This dude had an 84. Okay, this dude put an 80 something, like an 84. He had higher points than like chairman's, right? And everyone looking at him like, "Dang, you got a lot of self-esteem. That's what you got. Like you got a lot of confidence. That's what you got, right?" So we were laughing about that. But he did. That's why he became Iron Man so quickly. So anybody else above a 60? Okay. It says if you're a 60 to 80, you're working your way toward building a strong base shop. And if you're above an 80, you're on your way to leading building a giant hierarchy of super team builders. So whatever you're at, don't look at it and say, "Dang, I don't do this well, I don't do this well, I don't do this well." Look at this as, "Oh, that's a weakness. Let's go ahead and fix this. How can I increase? If I can just get every level at one more point up, what can possibly happen?" Your business is going to grow tremendously. So looking forward to that happening as we can keep increasing and keep getting better. So next level is you, babe.
All right, I love it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring up Stephanie Romansky. It's time to win some stuff again. So Stephanie, I'm going to go ahead and give the call right over to you. Hopefully you guys were paying attention. Hopefully you're taking some notes.
Woo! You guys, woo! The price is right. Just kidding.
Right, hi,
Okay,
Stephanie,
guys,
we
so-
can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
high energy.
There you go.
You guys hear me?
We can now.
Oh, dang it. Let me play the music again. Hey. Okay, let me stop it before I start twerking and stuff to The Price is Right. No, I'm just kidding. So you guys, I have a question for you guys. Who wants to win a book? Who wants to win my favorite book? Yeah, okay. So I have a question for you guys. Get your Twitter fingers ready. Get in the chat. And I'm going to ask you guys a question. You guys ready? You guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. Who is the best team in Max Life? Go ahead and put it in there. In Max Life. Nope. Don't see it. World class. Let's go, Christian! One. Gets a book. Can I do that? Can I?
No.
Okay. Just kidding. Okay, we'll put a real question in.
Penalty,
I'll put a real
penalty,
question in there.
penalty,
But I appreciate
penalty
Christian.
flag.
I appreciate my flag carrier. So you guys ready for the real question? Okay, who said that Instagram is your highlight reel? Go ahead and put it in there first.
You?
No, I quoted it. I quoted it.
Oh.
Who put it first? Who put Erica first? Brandon Apex put Erica Aguilar. Brandon gets my favorite book, Obstacles of the Way. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Apex.
Y'all haters.
Let's go, Brandon.
Something that was short.
Love it. Good job, Brandon. Finally. Just so you guys know, if you guys were wondering, you could find Stephanie on Instagram at miss.romansky. So that's ms.romansky. So hit her up on social media. Great job, Brandon, on winning that book. Next up, we have an amazing trainer. You guys have heard from her all morning. She was our host for our first half, and this woman is phenomenal. She's a wealth of knowledge, and I'm super excited for her to be training for you guys next. Give it up for none other than the Bomb City leader. Give it up for Miss Helen Burton.
Yeah.
Go,
Helen.
Introduction. Guys, I just have to say, get to the top. You know what? Let me start my timer here so I don't go over. I just have to say, qualify for everything. You get the throne, and it just feels so good to be in control. And so I'm just excited because I'm learning from Spring how to become a better host. That was my first time doing that. And I was just like, between text, and that was my iPad that was dinging, by the way. I got to confess. I checked my phone, I checked my computer. I couldn't figure out it was my iPad. So, okay, so you guys know me. I'm the MD for Bomb City Entrepreneurs, and I've got to give a full disclosure here. I just feel like I need to. So, when Coach was asking us about, what are our top 3 for MDs, I said, Patrick Bet-David put me in as a marketing director. Like, I had no idea what that title meant. And Joe, I love that you said massive decision, because that's exactly what it is. Guys, don't think that he just handed me the title. Like, it was not that easy. I had to show income statements. I had to show that I was over, 6-figure earner. I had to show that I have my own office. I had to show that I've recruited hundreds and hundreds of people. So I just want to throw that out there, because being a marketing director is a big deal. And I did earn my title from years and years and years of doing the work. So I just had to, full disclosure here. All right. So today I'm going to talk about something that's really interesting. I had AIG, the leader here in Amarillo, called me, and she said, we know you're a leader and a speaker. She's like, we want you to talk about diversity in the workplace. Diversity. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen okay? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect, thank you. So she said, we want you to talk about diversity and inclusion in the workplace. And I said, okay, well, interesting. They have over 100 agents. They're building. Some of my agents actually worked for them. And so it's kind of interesting. But I said, well, let me ask you this. I said, why is this a hot topic? And she said, well, a diverse workforce can capture a greater share of the consumer market. Okay. When you look at what exactly that means, it's recruiting from a diverse pool of candidates means a more qualified workforce. And so a diverse and inclusive workforce helps businesses and employees, from turnover. And it also fosters a more creative and innovative organization. So I began to think, and I'm so thankful for Coach, because he's open-minded. He listens to his marketing directors. He's just, he wants to know what our perspective is. And for me, that's just so critical, because, I began to think, PHP is going global, right? They're going global, and we need to know exactly how to deal with the different types of people, the cultures. We have to, understand how critical it is that the achievement of a work and organization it includes that all individuals are treated fairly and respectfully. And sometimes, my mindset may be, I may be thinking something that, Joel or somebody else is thinking differently, but it all goes back to, perspective. It all goes back to the way that we think. So what is diversity? As I mentioned, it's, in the workplace, it means that an organization employs a diverse group of people. In the many years that I've been involved in a leader in my community, when I'm putting a board of directors together, I want a group of people that have different ideas, that have different backgrounds, that have different cultures, because it's important to me. I don't want just the same, people thinking the same thought processes. So diversity includes all the elements that make individuals unique from one another, and we embrace the uniqueness. PHP has over, I don't know what the numbers are now, but it's Latino women, Latinos. And so, we have to be willing to embrace, the different cultures and know that it's so important. So most of us subconsciously define diversity by a few social categories, such as gender, race, age, and so forth. And that's not the case. And so, it's just so critical that we understand the different traits and the characteristics that make people unique. And we want those people because we know that they can reach a different target than we can. And we want those people. Those people absolutely need what we offer. And so the shift from uniformity to diversity, have you ever noticed that in many movies, the bad guys suffer from the same disease? And observe patterns, and you will notice that there's a common theme, a lack of diversity. And so the good guys are a bunch of ragtag individuals thrown together for a greater good, despite their many differences. Meanwhile, the bad guys are a bunch of people dressed in the same outfit with the same bad aim. And I should have posted, I had a couple of pictures that I should have posted, but one of them is in the Star Trek movie, they're all dressed the same. And there's a couple of other examples, but why is it critical? You want strategic shuffling. You want a diverse ideas. I mean, you're only as good as your ideas. And so you have to really embrace the team and know that they're going to see through a different lens. Their eyes are going to see a different picture. And so you absolutely want to know what they're thinking and what better ways. I always I ask my BSCs, hey, I want to hear from you guys. You guys are you're at the center of our base shop, and so I want to know what you see and what's going on and ways to streamline things. I'm all about efficiencies. Right now we're running and we want to keep running. And so this training has just been phenomenal because it's really opened up my eyes to a lot of things, and I'm probably not going to be able to sleep again tonight. So thank you, coach, for that. Just kidding. So, but anyway, it's about intentional questions and really understanding that, hey, listen, if somebody doesn't work out, like, let's make it a peaceful exit. Let's ask them some questions. Let's get referrals from them, right? Because it definitely, is something that we have to keep open. So diverse teams are more likely to yield 35% higher revenue. Think about that, guys. Unfortunately, I've experienced on the flip side where they're just, I actually worked with one of the insurance companies I worked for. The guy was recruiting all of his high school buddies, all of his friends. And so he was losing a lot of people. And so you have to understand that that's just not going to work. We're here to build long sustaining organizations that are going to live on way after we are. So we have to understand this before Patrick Bet-David takes it on or Matt Sapala, I should say, takes it on a global scale, because that's the direction that we're headed. And so organizations that increase racial and ethnic diversity, increase their earnings, interest, and tax. And so positive relationships between diversity and organizations, innovation. So there is some TED Talks about this. This has now become a hot topic, guys. It really has, simply because of, what's going on. And so, a lot of companies are really interested in this. And I had no idea. I was so glad that they reached out to me. And so obviously I'm going to be doing some more research on this and learning more so that I can in turn, let you guys know. So I think that's it. Just, one final thing is that, ethnicity is gonna drive your business. I mean, if you guys really aspire to to go global, to go into, Asia or Mexico or wherever else, you've got to really understand and be open-minded to people's ideas, and just really embrace that in your organization. And that's my time.
Oh.
Way to go. Nice.
Job. Great job, Helen. That was awesome training. I love it. Man, I'm really, really excited about all these things that are happening right now. All these trainers, all the things that we're getting out of these trainings. It's phenomenal. So hopefully you guys are taking really good notes. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a chance to win something again in just a little bit. But right now, I'm actually going to bring up I'm going to actually switch around a little bit. I'm going to bring up talk about product line guide. This is one of the most important things. Guys, make sure that you're not unmuting yourself if you are not training. If you're not speaking, please mute yourself.
Spring.
Thank you. Alrighty, so the next trainer that you're going to hear from, she was an intricate, very important piece to the puzzle of the Las Vegas team becoming who they are today. Las Vegas probably would not have hit marketing director if it wasn't for this young woman. I know for a fact, actually, they wouldn't, because she was so good at making sure that everybody could just run. They didn't have to be bogged down and stressed out about what's happening with the apps, what's happening with home office. They were able to just run and lead. And because of that, her and her husband also became marketing directors. They're doing the same thing also in Texas, as well as in Las Vegas. And I'm very fired up. She's one of my favorite people in the company. I love her so much, like a sister. I want you guys to give it up for none other than Maricela Rayford.
Let's go, Chala. Let's go, Chala.
Thank you so much, Spring. Thank you for having me on the call. I'm very excited. I'm excited to have met you guys, because I wouldn't have known this if it wasn't for you, Spring. I remember you invited me for breakfast. How can you say no to food? Looks like you're meeting with someone. They're going out to breakfast. Just go, okay? And that was it. That was it. So I'm so glad to be here. I want to talk a little bit about product for you guys. And so just make sure that you're paying attention, guys. I know we always talk about like a little check. Let's make sure that we have high energy. There's going to be two types of people on this call: people that are engaged, that are hungry for this. And then another group of people is going to be those who are staring at the clock, waiting to get off this call, right? And so your report card is going to prove who got the A and who got the D, right? Your report card is your bank account, right? So a lot of you are always hungry for a product. For those who want to know about product, like give me product, give me product. I'm going to go through that. I'm just going to give you a basic outline of what you need to know for products, what we offer here at PHP. So here we go. Can you see my screen okay? Oh, let me put my time on.
Good.
Okay. Okay, so for those of you who are not licensed or about to get licensed yet, guess what you have access to when you join PHP? You have access to a ton of carriers. You get appointed through our company for a ton of carriers. You're not stuck with just one company. And we talk about it all the time. Imagine if you owned a shoe store that had one type of shoe, one size of shoe, and it's supposed to fit for everybody. Nobody has one pair of tennis shoes in their closet, right? Maybe there's someone out there with one pair, but you need some to go running in, you need some to look sharp in, you need some to go to the beach in. Everything is different, right? You can't just use one product fits all, right? So that's what we have here. I'm excited that we get to do that. And so I'm going to go into this. So put it in the chat box, guys. For those of you who have an idea of what carriers we have, what are some names of some carriers we have? And I'm going to put them up here just so you know, but I just want to see where we're at. Maybe you're licensed, maybe you're not licensed. And as I go through this, MDs, if you want to chime in, because I know some MDs have their preference on product and their preference on what they do. But here's some of our carriers. Okay, National Life Group, Mutual of Omaha, Foresters Financial, American National, For annuities, Fidelity and Guarantee right here, AIG, National Western Life. Okay, there's a lot more, and I recommend stick with the few. Stick with the basics. You do not want to get appointed with every carrier when you get started. Okay, they'll terminate you if you don't write any business that year. So you want to stick with some carriers that have a lot of moving parts that you can get for your clients. So these are some basic ones right here. And I want to go through what these companies offer, what makes them similar, and what makes them different. Okay. So here's two of our favorite companies, right? These companies cover a lot, and they're kind of similar in their products. So I'm going to go through them. So National Life Group has a Flex Life. Don't mind these names. That's just what they call their product. But this is an IUL, okay? It has a Flex Life product. It has a living lifetime income benefit rider that you can add on, meaning that you can get a payout for the rest of your life. I know there's a lot more details than that, but we're just going to keep it simple. A minimum of 50,000 death benefit. They also have term policies, LSW term. They even have annuities. Okay, so for those of you who get clients that say, oh, well, I want to start an annuity, right? How are you going to start an annuity with no money, right? You can start one at $100 a month for the low price of $100 a month, right? Okay, so these annuities also can give a lifetime income. There's deferred annuities, there's immediate annuities, there's also business options. They even have their own sales desk for that. But we really don't get into business as much unless you stumble upon it. And they also have the accelerated benefit riders. We always talk about those. If you ever got terminally ill, chronically ill, critically ill, that you can access a portion of that death benefit while you're still alive. You know, all of our carriers have these living benefits on them. And American National, Signature Performance IUL, it's similar. The minimum is 25,000 death benefit. They also have a GUL. That's kind of like a permanent term policy, right? For those who are taking your test, don't remember that. Okay, you need basics for your test, but this gives you the ability to get your money back at certain amounts of time. And then if you don't get your money back, you keep the policy for the rest of your life. So you have options for that. There's a signature term, there's annuities that also have lifetime income, deferred immediate annuities, also business options and ABRs tied to this. So some other ones that we have, Foresters Financial, AIG. Foresters, we just got back. That was the first company I ever knew. We wrote them all day, every day, and now they're back. So they have a smart UL. Okay, so it's similar to an IUL, except it's just a UL. So they have a floor, and it's kind of like a smaller index of the IUL. The IUL might be a 0% floor, maybe 10% interest, the ceiling. Here it might be a 2% floor and a 5% ceiling. It's just a smaller window, it's safer, some guarantees on there. There's also term. So you have a medical and non-medical. So I want you to know, because it's non-medical, that doesn't mean you can get everybody covered, right? Oh, well, they don't have to go through a medical exam. Let me go get this person who doesn't qualify for insurance and let me throw them in this one. No, you still have to be healthy. They still run a background check on your prescription database, everything like that. But they give you those options. There's different riders on these policies. There's a common carrier benefit, a rider, a family health benefit rider, a charity rider on those. So look into these companies and see which riders that you like. See what your client's looking for. There's also a plan right. That's a final expense, and these also have ABRs tied to them. AIG, I threw it in there because I know it's like, you know, AIG's been around for a while. Personally, we don't use these people too much, but it's there for you. So they have QOL products, max accumulator is like your IUL. They have the selected term, and there's some ABRs tied to that. Mutual of Omaha, Term Life Answers, Term Life Express, that's pretty much their medical, non-medical option. IUL Express is a non-medical. They have a Children's Whole Life. They have a Living Promise, which is a final expense. Guaranteed Advantage, for those of you who are licensed with their health license. I don't know if we have many on the call, but you can write this policy. It's a accidental death policy. Okay, so maybe you have someone that's overweight and they don't qualify for a normal product. They can get this in the meantime, or for some other reasons why they can't qualify for that, you can get them this accidental death policy. So there's some ABRs, there's also a disability income rider tied to this. Okay, I have some time. Okay, so there's some different things on here, but this is gonna come with going in the field, right? I know a lot of you are like, okay, this is what I want. I wanna know about all these products. But someone said earlier, you gotta be in the field to know these, for it to stick in your brain, because now you have a real life scenario on why you need to get this specific product, okay? And so this is the last, annuities, we got annuities here, okay. These are some main annuities that, that you can do. Fidelity, I know there was a new one that just came out, but we're gonna stick with these right now. So Fidelity is one of our top annuity carriers, but you do have to have $10,000 minimum to start with. So you can't start this one from zero. You have to have at least 10,000 minimum to start this. You need 20,000 liquid in the bank. They just want to know that you're not going to pull out of this in year one. They need to know that you're stable somewhere else, so you will keep this product. There's accumulation products, distribution products. All annuities do not work the same. Okay, a 40-year-old person is not going to be the same as a 70-year-old who's ready to take income year one. Okay, so you got to know what these products do, how they work, how they grow. These have high interest rates. That's why a lot of people work with Fidelity, but they don't always qualify, right? So they also have some riders that work. Say something happens to you and you're not able to perform 2 out of the 6 activities of daily living. They will enhance your payout for these products. So they're just similar to ABRs, they just work in a different way. National Western Life, say you have someone that has $5,000 they want to roll over. You can't roll it over into Fidelity, but you can into National Western Life, or maybe Anico, or maybe National Life Group. You just got to call and figure it out. But that's what these people offer. Minimum 2,000 rollover for qualified accounts. That means it hasn't been taxed yet. And then minimum 5K for non-qualified accounts. That means it's already been taxed. Okay, so same thing. There's some for accumulation, for distribution. They're moderate interest rates on this one. They also have terminal illness riders, injury benefit riders. Okay, guys, so that's kind of giving you an outline of what types of products that we offer. I have 1 minute. And I wanna leave that with you guys. There's so many, you can go into depth with each carrier. So I'm gonna leave this here with you guys. Call these carriers up. If you are licensed and appointed, you can call these carriers and just take a picture of this, because this is gonna help you guys out a lot. Just know you can call them. I've had agents come to me and say, oh, I didn't know I was allowed to call. If you are licensed and appointed with these carriers, you can call, you can ask a ton of questions. You can have them build illustrations for you. They will go through your software with you. They will pull them up. They will email them to you. They will explain everything on that illustration for you. So go out and do it. Make it happen for yourself. Thank you, Spring, for my time. I'm going to pass it back to you.
That was so
Good job.
That was awesome. I'm excited. That's a topic that can easily be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. But Chala, I love the way that you just did that topic. It's so important to know who you're going to be going to, what carriers are able to do what. So that was a phenomenal topic. Really quickly, I want to show you guys something that's kind of cool. Really quickly, let me show you guys something. Do you guys know what this is? This is one of the qualifiers who actually won and got their food already sent to them from Postmates. So good job to you guys who are winning. Hey guys, let me tell you something. Right now, we just had Stephanie just talk to us about social media. These are great opportunities for you to be able to start promoting yourself. If you won something and you got a chance to win, just take a screenshot with yourself, with your bag or something like that, post it and say, you know, I have a business that I just won this food. My coaches are sending me food for being a performer. Like, this is really great opportunities for you to share good news. If you win a book, make sure you're doing the same thing super excited about that. That was really, really awesome. Just so you guys know, Helen, she actually spoke a little bit ago. You're able to find her if you want to find her and follow her on Instagram because she's awesome. You can find her at Helen Burton 1 on Instagram, Helen Burton 1. Maricela Rayford, who just shared with you guys, you can find her on Instagram at Maricela Rayford, okay? So just simple as that. Curtis, obviously, you guys know the awesome trainer you have that's going to be coming up right next. He can be found at Curtis Eatman 4 on Instagram. You guys should definitely be following your leaders. Make sure that you're duplicating that. Make sure every time that your recruits come into the business that you're sharing with them who the top leaders are, because you want to start doing positive distractions. You want them to not be seeing all this crap coming into their news feed. You want them to be seeing all of the positivity from the leaders that's coming around on their news feed. So super excited for that. So next, closing out this next topic of products and things like that, I'm going to turn you over to none other than our fearless leader, Curtis Eatman the Fourth.
Welcome.
All right. So let me turn back to the page.
Them
Go back to
nuggets.
your, hold on.
Sorry.
Go.
I believe you guys could hear me. Okay, cool. So let's go right into this since we already are in the conversation of product. Good job, Chella. On that topic, go ahead and turn to your field trainer checkup. Your field trainer checkup. All right, in your packets. Okay. How you guys doing? You guys okay? Yeah, you guys go to stand up real quick. We're in product mode right now. Sometimes when you step in product mode, you can get kind of stuck a little bit. So go to stand up real quick if you can. Go get some blood flowing back into your legs. You've been sitting for a little bit of time. And I know some of you guys ate some bread. All right. I know some of you guys ate some bread. So therefore, you guys are going down real fast. All right. So go ahead and just go get your hands moving. Do something. Get your blood flowing before we go into the second conversation about some more product and how to make some more money for yourself as well. So we're going to dive right back into it. Okay, cool. So number one right here, field trainer checkup. Number one is a strong field trainer knows how to do the following. Knows how to do the following. And you have some open slots in your workbooks. So we're going to be able to fill them in right now. Number one is it could, point number one is they can personally generate. A strong field trainer can go and make money by themselves. They can go generate. They can be able to take something from nothing. They can make something from nothing, should I say. Okay, so they're not dependent. They're certified. They know what they're doing, so they can go generate. And a lot of us are learning that in like Crusaders College because they can go and hunt themselves. Okay. Number point. I don't know how to say this. It's like a next point. Okay, like next point is split sales. Okay, so they know how to go and split sales. So what I mean by that, maybe they have somebody on their team, so they go in and on their downline, okay, or even a sideline, and they're able to split sales. So it's not something they personally generated, okay, but there's someone on their team that they're able to split sales with as well. A strong field trainer also knows how to work in matchup sales. Since they have been able to be identified as a certified field trainer in the base shop that they're in, people want to use them because they know how to close and get referrals and generate a duplicatable system so their newest trainee is able to follow, which is promotion focused. So people like using them. And so if you like to be mashed out, that means that let's say that I'm a field trainer in Helen Burton's base shop, okay? And I make a name for myself. I'm writing applications. People starting to know that I know what I'm doing in the field. And Maricela Rayford says, you know what? I like what you're doing, Curtis. Can I match you out to one of my newest trainees? So she asked Helen first, of course, because I'm in her agency. Helen says, of course. I'm able to go into Maricela's base shop. She matches me up to one of her trainees. Guess what? I go and help them write 10,000 points. The newest trainee. Do you think Maricela is mad about that? Not at all. Am I mad about it? Not at all. You think anybody's mad? No. But how did that even happen in the first place? Simply because I was able to create an identity by knowing how to do the first two. So now people want to match you up. And that's what happens. You get matched up from other base shops because it's about to start becoming overflowing, where a lot of different people are going to want to be using you, but always go through your marketing director before you're released though. Okay, but matchup sales is another thing. And the last one right here, next point would be referrals. Okay. A strong field trainer is a master at getting referrals. They understand that nothing can happen without moving from something. So it's always set a next appointment for the next appointment. They're really good at getting into other different markets by asking simple questions. Like, what is your emergency contact list? Did we add value here today? Is there anything new that you learned? Is there anybody that pops in your head that you wish it was on this call too when we're going through this conversation? They know how to ask simple things like that to consistently have people saying, yeah, my aunt, oh, my cousin, oh, my best friend, oh, they need help with that. Okay, great. What's their first name again? Great. Got the referrals. Okay. Number 2, fast starts. Okay. A strong field trainer understands fast starts. They understand that it's important to get people through their filters quickly. The system is generated for you to be able to create strong field training appointments for field trainers. So if I bring somebody new into the business, they have to do what? 3 field training appointments in their first week. So a strong field trainer knows that anybody steps into the system that I need to hear up and try to get into their first week. Why? Because I need to get them in the field. So the more people comes in the system, they actually run the system. A strong field trainer knows that they have always new people to work with in the field and always new market to work into. Number 3, this point right there, it kind of says that already. It's already answered. They get in the field right away. So they don't wait to get in the field. They get somebody new. They're trying to get in the field right then that same day. They'll shorten the appointments up. They'll shorten the fast start appointment up and then get right in the field. The field is the most important thing that you can do because it moves from the head to the heart for the newest trainee. Number 4, when they're making calls, these are some things that they're thinking about. A strong field trainer knows that nothing's going to happen unless a spouse is going to make a decision with the person that you're sitting in, the client. So if the client has a spouse and you go and try to set an appointment and go meet with them, a strong field trainer knows that that person cannot make a decision without their spouse. So they will always confirm that the spouse will be there. It's a big one. Because you might hear people say, well, I can make my own decisions. And then you do the whole presentation. Believe me, I've done this before. They're called one-legged appointments. You do the whole presentation and always they say, you know what? I need to talk to my husband about this, actually. Well, I thought you said you made your own decisions. Right? It always happens, like every time, right? So just make sure you can just confirm the spouse, okay? Next one is smile before you dial. It's interesting how your energy changes when you smile. You just feel better, right? Just try it, guys. Smile real quick. Show me your teeth. Somebody like this. Like, show me words. Show me your teeth, right? It just feels different, right? The energy of your box changes when you smile. So make sure you smile before you dial because people can feel that on the other side. Another one is know why you're calling. So if I'm calling you, why am I calling you? Am I calling because it's a follow-up? Am I calling you because I'm trying to set you up for the next BOM? Am I calling you because what's my purpose of calling you? So before you call, always say, what is my outcome of this call? My outcome is to get this newest trainee a field training appointment. Great. So if you ever get stuck on the phone, you just say, you know what you're calling for. Get the end result. A lot of people get stuck because they forget why they're calling. So just remind yourself why you're calling, the purpose of the call. That keeps you on track. A strong field trainer knows it's okay to be rejected. Okay, then they're okay with being rejected in front of their newest trainee. You're not going to make 100% of your shots. You're not. But you're not going to make any shot if you don't attempt. And the last one here on your list is tone of confidence, your tonality. Does your tonality, does it give off that you believe in what you're talking about? Or you say a lot of is it like that? Or is it like, hey, we're going to do it? Like you're more confident in why you're calling. The tonality of your confidence in your phone calls is a reason why you close and sometimes don't. Cool. All right. Pretty sure you guys will get a question on that later. So if you guys kind of move down, you'll see a field trainer score sheet. Okay. And this process right here, what's the whole purpose of this? This is for you to become a strong, independent field trainer. They can go get your rings, your $250,000 and $500,000 and all this and duplicate a huge business and a hierarchy because these are the principles that are able to do that effectively. So go and give yourself a checkup. We call it from the neck up. And a 0 means, again, not good. 10 means the highest it could possibly be. So agent always has a cover letter attached to the policy, 0 to 10. Go ahead and scale yourself. 10 being the highest, obviously, like you always do it, to 0 all the way down, like you don't really do it at all. Agent always turns in a complete application. We have this thing now that it used to be where you can write applications. Now we can actually put them through what we only really use Firelight anymore. Now you can send right directly to the carrier. That just evolved. So complete application means it's fully done. So our system kind of take care of that now. You should be 10. Agent gets the barcode within a timely manner. So if your client needs to do meds, right? They need a nurse to come check them out. Then therefore, what's going to happen is you got to get the barcode to be able to send to the carrier. Do you get that all the times if you didn't do it with some meds? Next one, agent does a fair job of field underwriting. They don't try to give someone that's obese a preferred rating just because they're trying to get the policy in. They actually go through the field underwriting guide and they study between Anaco and these different carriers that Chella just went through. So they know when they sit down with the client, if they have some pre-existing conditions, how to rate them the proper way. So your policy goes right through, you get paid. Agent is competent in the products and services offered. They know the product lines. Agent is very responsive and quick to follow up on outstanding requirements. Anaco hits you up and says, hey, I need to understand what's happening with this client. You don't take another week to respond. Because if you take long to respond to outstanding requirements, they're going to be taking long to pay you. That's just how it works. Agent is good on the front end and the back end to make sure the business stays supposed to stay on the books. Business stays on the books. So they don't just close business, they consistently keep meeting with the client. So they take care of the clients. So they have them on the list and they keep consistently meeting with them, minimum once a quarter, and checking up on them. And you always do what's called an annual review because things may change. Life consistently keep changing. Maybe they need more insurance, maybe decrease it, whatever that needs to happen. Do you stay connected with your clients? I think we can get better as that and get better in that as an organization. 100%. Next is agent maintains a solid reputation with carriers and product providers. When you submit a policy, does the carrier say, oh, shoot? Or do they say, oh, I'm glad that your policy sent it because I know that you sent in good business. So you have a good reputation. Agent maintains a high standard and quality of business within their base shop. So your persistency is very high. So that means if I submit 10 applications, that your persistency is not only 4 out of 10 of those applications are going to be going through. No. 80% of your applications should be going through. So you should have a high standard of quality of business. That means you get paid very well. You're not just submitting this for points. Agent is willing to learn and be held accountable for his or her actions, 0 to 10. Add that all up. If you're 59 or lower, you shouldn't be receiving matchups yet. If you're 60 to 69, you still need some work. If you're 70, 79, you're good, but you're going to be matched up accordingly. If you're 80 to 89, you're strong. And if you're 90 to 100, you're prolific. That means you should be getting in the ring very soon. Because that means that you know what you're doing for real, which is pretty simple to obtain. Okay. So cool. I believe I'm back to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Great training. Give it up. Woo!
That was fire. Give it up for that voice, guys.
I love it. All right. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into a video. As soon as the video is over, we're going to have another opportunity for you guys to win something. So here we go. Let's go into the video and we will be right with you.
Hey, try not to be dog food tonight, dog. For one time. Come out ready to play. You know what I mean? You got there play hard tonight and we win, you have to hear me no more, ever again.
I'm going to California.
Shit.
Sometimes I play.
If I ever see you again, I'm gonna whip your ass. Hey, you know I'm gonna whip your ass. This guy, I'm gonna start, if it's in the bar, I'm gonna start a barroom brawl.
You challenge guys.
Yeah, I remember, yeah. He wants to win, and you got to earn everything in Chicago. There was nothing easy, nothing given to you. You better go out there and earn it, and you earn it in practice. You're playing with the guy that has the highest standards of any basketball player ever. You want to live up to that challenge. It's tough love. I mean, you got to go out there and do your job. Go sit your ass down. Game time. That's 9, bitch. Hey, Scott Morrell, where you out there now, homie?
They just rode Scotty, and Scotty just smiled at Michael and took it and fired right back at him.
Scott, I advise you to guard somebody else, like Judd. You can guard Judd.
I don't want to be. I want to guard you.
You don't want to do. Hey, if you could guard me, it's 290-some jobs for you.
We kind of needed that, you know what I'm saying? I needed him to be the bad guy, the tough guy.
You couldn't make a damn jump shot all night long. I mean, you made one, didn't you?
1 for 7.
I feel bad for you, dog. Your cat's sick, go home and feed it. Marina cat child.
You know, Scott got a great personality. He took it like a man, and he embraced it.
You want to talk about practice? You want to talk about practice? I love it. That was so good. All right. So right now we're going to give you an opportunity to get a chance to win some good stuff. You got a chance to see some good food happening and people are winning books. I'm going to bring up Kenny Lamberson right now. So he has the opportunity to give one more person some Postmates.
Oh, yeah.
Bring
Let it happen.
All right. How y'all doing?
Address
Good.
is, one.
Oh, fuck the address. Somebody already trying to give me the address. Slow it down. You got to win first. Slow it down. All right. Hey, so listen, guys, super excited. Everybody enjoy their food. And Helen, how was your?
Fajitas were awesome.
Wonderful. You know what? I love a flag carrier. Shout out to Belinda, flag carriers. I called her. She was like, you know, my MD's probably hungry. Girl, you know what? You better do your thing. Anyway, let me get this done. All right, here we go. So this is y'all gonna work for this one. All right. So I'm not just gonna be giving up no Postmates like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no easy thrill. I'm not just gonna give up Postmates. Okay. So here we go. Here is the question. You guys ready? Oh yeah. I'm just trying to see who's paying attention. Let me see. Let me look at y'all faces. Let me see. I see people's hands ready to go. Kevin's dreaming about food right now. Ooh, yeah, I see you. Mr. Businessman is dreaming about food. I see him licking his lips and everything. That's delicious, ain't it? Here we go. All right. Coach said 3 things about hitting MD. What did Coach specifically say about hitting MD? Here's 3 things about hitting MD. I got them written down, so don't be trying to woo me. I need all 3 of them. Don't just put one of them up there. Give me all 3. There it is. Deirdre got it. I'm done. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me make sure. She was the first person. You guys, yep. Deirdre Lopez said, gotta want it, vision, and sick and tired of your situation. Coach said, you gotta want to hit MD, gotta be sick and tired of your situation, and you gotta have the vision to do it. Shout out to Deirdre Lopez.
Let's go, Deirdre.
Good job.
Let's go, Deirdre. You said I'm taking notes, honey. I love it. Well, I'm excited about that. I hope you enjoy your Postmates. Make sure that you scroll up, get Kenny's phone number, He'll put it in the message box again right now so that you can get it. Make sure you send him your information so you can get your Postmates, and you'll be snacking while we're also getting full mentally. So right now, I'm going to bring Coach back up. He's got another phenomenal message for us, and we're going to go right into it.
All right, go right back into your packet. Okay, appreciate it. Good job, Deidre. Good job, good job, good job for paying attention. I like it. I like it. Would be good for you. I think it's like 10 o'clock over there. We'll make sure you get your Postmates. All right.
Thank you.
Don't worry. Cool. So, guys, you saw the video clip. Okay. Some of you guys, some of you are like, oh, shoot. What did he say? Did he just say that? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he said it. Okay. It's okay. These are grown men running around trying to win championships. So, my point of bringing this up and why we watched that video is because to win something, and if you watch The Last Dance, he was trying to get something out of Scott Burrell. Okay. Similar to what Kobe does. Watch when they do the documentary on Kobe. Kobe was doing the same thing with Gasol. Okay. And what it was is Scott was too sensitive. Okay. He was too sensitive. He couldn't take it. So what happened was he was trying to get him to be tougher because he said, if you can't handle me being tough to you, when we get into the real game as people talking real stuff to you, you're going to crumble. So I need you to get used to it now so you get a tougher skin. And a lot of you as well, we're going to have to get tougher as we go through because life is going to only get tougher as you continue to elevate, especially your goals and dreams. So what we're going to do right now in your packet is kind of go through, who do you think you are? Okay. On the team. Okay. So go on, who's on the team? And there's a way I want you to look at this. We're going to look at it a little differently. Okay. So I want you to look at it almost like, what type of attitude, okay, do you have on the team, and what type of performance? So you're going to think about it two different ways. So like MJ had an attitude of what? Win at all costs. I'm coming for you. Like we were literally going to get better. Highest standards at all times. That was his attitude. That's very clear. His performance also was, give me the ball. I'll do whatever I need to do. So who do you think is the MJ on the team? Do you got somebody pops in your head? Like, who's MJ? Maybe you say, I'm MJ. Great. Write the name down. Maybe you know somebody else on your team and says, no, they're the MJ. Who do you think on your team is the MJ? Attitude or performance? It could be two different people. Maybe someone on the attitude has it, but the performance, someone else is better at them on the performance. Scotty. What was Scotty's attitude? Scotty, by far, was more like a performance-wise, he's a Hall of Famer. Like, there's a reason why Jordan says, don't say my name without Scotty, because without him, you would never got to another place. So my point of performance, no one could keep up with Scotty, performance-wise. Talent. Attitude, though. What was his attitude? If you watch The Last Dance, there was 2 episodes that he kind of got a bad rep on. Many times. They should have won against the Detroit Pistons in 1990, by the way. But what happened? I can't see. I can't see. I have a migraine. There's many times, unfortunately, that he kind of slowed down on the team. So even though he had the talent, so attitude. Most of the time, Scotty would say, I'm good. He's more himself. And that's okay. Still a Hall of Famer, by the way. Rodman. Attitude is what? I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it, anytime I want to do it. That was his attitude, right? And a lot of people are like that. Like, do what I'm going to do. Cool. Do what you want to do. Performance, though. When it was time to play, he played. When it was time to play, he played. An example in The Last Dance was simple. When they were doing the Indian run he went on he was supposed to only go on 48-hour vacation, but he went on like a week vacation, right? And he comes back and Phil Jackson was like, I'm going to punish you. So they do his Indian run. And he was unfazed. He was unfazed by the Indian run because he was always professional when it was coming to what? Play the game. Who's the Rodman on your team? Maybe it's you. Who's Phil? Phil Jackson. His attitude was keep everybody together. Everyone is different. Everyone's different. I got to coach everybody different. Keeping everybody personalities, like all these different personalities you got to deal with at all times. We kept everybody together. Who's the Phil? Who's your Steve Kerr? Steve Kerr was feisty. In one of the practices, right? He stood up to Michael, punched him back, and got punched himself, and then talks about it in The Last Dance. But he earned respect to the bully, which was Michael Jordan at that time. And guess what happened? We were talking about that towards the end. He was trusted to what? Take the last shot. They won the championship because of it. Are you a clutch type of person? I mean, who's on your team that's clutch? Like, we're on closeout. We need 2 recruits for a promotion. You come through. Boom, you get the last shot. Oh, we need 5,000 points. You come through. Do you have any clutch in you, or do you have somebody that's more in your mindset of your team? Jerry, which is your GM, Jerry Krause. He gets a bad rap pretty much the whole time there, but without Jerry Krause, there would have been no Chicago Bulls anyways. He was very smart in bringing Phil Jackson from overseas and everything, from MJ to Ron Harper to switching people out like Kukoc and everything else. So his attitude, though, was what? Little man syndrome. High pride, high ego. My way or the highway. Very smart, though. Performance is, he did his job. Performance is, he knew exactly what he was doing. But attitude, the whole team hated him. They're like, Jordan and Scotty would make fun of him all the time he walked in. But performance, did what he needed to do. Who's that on your squad? How about a Horace Grant? Horace Grant gets a rep of high talent, but complains too much. And Detroit Pistons knew that. So when they were playing Detroit Pistons, they would keep punishing him because they knew they would keep crying and keep whining. And Jordan would get so mad. He said, stop whining. That's what they want to see you do. And that's why he got traded to Orlando. But talent-wise, oh my gosh, he's legit. Horace Grant's legit. That's why he was on The Last Dance. Tony Kukoc, Luke Longley, Bill Cartwright. These are all people that played. They have a certain attitude, and they have a certain performance. Who are you on the team? And maybe you have somebody in mind that's some other fill. Fill those slots. It's always fun to do this stuff. Fill those slots. Take time to say, who's MJ? Am I MJ? Why am I not MJ? Do I want to be MJ? No, I'm more like a Scotty. I want to be like a Scotty. But do I really want to be? Oh, no, I'm more like a Steve because I can hit a game-winning shot. Like, who are you? What's your attitude? What's your performance? And by the way, all of them had crazy attitudes. None of them were perfect. And that's my point. None of them were perfect. They all had some issues, some major issues. But guess what? We're still talking about to this day because they were able to come together and create something. And if you, and what I'm going to talk about towards the end of this whole thing is, even though all of them had issues, they all got along because all of them wanted to win. Period. They all got along because they all wanted to win. So we're going to have some fun with that. So we have another video, baby, next?
Yes.
All right. So go, Joe, we'll push you up to cue the video before we go to the next phase.
I respect Isaiah Thomas's talent. To me, the best point guard of all time is Magic Johnson, and right behind him is Isaiah Thomas. No matter how much I hate him, I respect his game. Now, it was insinuated that I was asking about him, but I never threw his name in there. Based on the environment and the camaraderie that happened on that team, it was the best harmony. Would Isaiah made a different feeling on that team? Yes. You want to attribute it to me? Go ahead, be my guest. But it wasn't me.
I can't pick one moment. And when I think of Michael Jordan, yes, I think of the shot. But I think of 3 years of watching that youngster get better and better and better. Michael Jordan's the only player that could ever turn it on and off. And he never freaking turned it off.
Man, that was so awesome. Really quickly, I want to go ahead and turn it over to the Steve Harvey of our group really quickly. Let me turn it over to Financial Emancipator.
Let's go, Steve Harvey. Come on.
Let's go, coach.
Come on.
Kenny,
Oh
we
my
can't hear you.
No, you didn't.
I have to apologize. Do you see my Steve Harvey gift?
Oh my God, it was so bad.
You see my Steve Harvey gift? There we go.
Oh my gosh.
I have to apologize. All right. So I spoke too soon and I want to do the right thing. All right. So here's what we're going to do. It was actually Miss Sylvia that had the correct answer first. And then Miss Deidre. So I'm going to switch it up. Miss Sylvia, you're going to get some food. And Miss Deidre, I got a beautiful book coming out to you.
I could. I went.
Yes.
Congrats, Sylvia.
Justice is a wonderful thing. Yes,
to do the
yes.
right
I
thing.
love justice.
Thank you.
Good job, you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, I still need my contracts and my endorsements. Don't cut me like they did Steve, all right?
Oh man, that was so funny. I'm so sorry for you, Deirdre. That's unfortunate, but good job for you. Still, we're gonna still give you a book because of that unfortunate situation. But good job to Miss Sylvia for being the number one, the first person to do it the fastest. All righty, so now let's get back into training and let's turn it right back over to none other than your coach, Curtis.
Oh my gosh. Kenny, you bald headed just like Steve too, man. You looking just like what's happening. Don't worry, DH. We'll take care of you. All right, good job. Good job. Good job.
Good job, Kenny.
All right,
Was
cool.
that a Steve Kerr movement move?
Steve Harvey. Hey, man, that was oof. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so what did that video talk about? The clip. Okay, that clip talked about what? Jordan's the only one that could what? Turn it off, and he never turned it off. And the one prior to that was what? Anybody remember what it is? Unmute yourself. What was the video right before that one?
Practice.
Anybody remember what the video was?
Who he thought was the best point guard?
Who he thought the best point guard was. And there was somebody that he did not put on the dream team list.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah
Okay,
Thomas.
Isaiah.
There you go. Okay. So he said, why did I not? And by the way, Isaiah Thomas was a top 10 point guard, top 10, not point guard, a top 10 player in the league at that time. And nobody wanted him on the team, on the dream team. Why? Because it wasn't about talent. And did you hear what he said? He says, because he didn't bring harmony to what we were trying to do. And Isaiah to this day is irritated about that. He keeps talking about it. He's mad at Jordan. Jordan says, it's not me. Like, it wasn't just my vote. It was everybody said that about you. It wasn't just me. We like your talent. We think you're number two. Like Magic first, but don't be mad at us. So my point of bringing that up to you is look at this. When we start predicting the top five, that's what we're going to next. It's predicting the top five. I want you to think about who is the dream team? Who's the dream team? Would people pick you? Because it's not just about talent. If it was just about talent, Isaiah Thomas would for sure been on the dream team squad, getting a gold medal, as he should have, because of talent-wise. But he didn't because of the reputation he built. So what would you say? What would you say should be on top five? Would you put yourself at one? Would you put yourself at two? Would you say put yourself at 3, 4, 5? What would you put yourself at? Would you even be on the list? Would you be on someone else's list? I would love to know your opinion. You guys are all part of the team. I don't care if you're a trainee just got started today. You say, I'm coming here because I'm coming here to be the GOAT and I'm number one. Great. We want to see it. Who do you think the top five is? Who would you say? Top five. I'm going to ask some of you guys. Who do you think the top five is? You could pick anybody, by the way, on the squad, like the whole hierarchy. Who do you think the top 5 is? Who do you think is going to be in the 2020, 2021? When the next big event stops, these are your top 5. Not current, but what do you think it's going to be? My favorite time. It's like Sports Center. Who do you think is going to be part of the Hall of Fame? Who do you think is going to be the All-Star? Who's next up and coming? Isn't it like the next, like Belinda's making some moves? She was number 1. Maybe she's on some of your guys' list. Ashton Hamner hit MD unofficially. Maybe he's on your list. Maybe some of the MDs. Some of you guys say, no, I'm coming to pass some of these MDs up. I don't know. All right. Look at it's so funny watching their faces when they fill this out.
I know.
Yeah, because some of them are like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings by not saying their name.
I need to review more of the predictable analytics to see who I'm going to pick.
Go with your heart. Who do you think is going to be top 5? Who's going to be top 5? I want to know. I want to know what turns you on.
Yeah, I want to know.
Go and fill that out for yourself. Go and fill that out.
Joe laughing at my singing.
Oh, man. We're going to have some fun with it, baby. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to have some fun. Who's on the team? Who's a part of our dream team? What we going to build, baby? Who do you want to run with? Yeah, 5 spots. Who would you put on there? Anybody got it? Anybody got their 5? Go ahead. First person, unmute yourself if you got your 5. I would love to know.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead. Single it off.
All right. Number 1, Luke Cancella. We are Apex. We've always planned on going to the top.
Yeah.
I've got Joe Molina, Kenny Lamberson, Ron and Candy, and Helen.
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
I definitely want to go after that just because how it sounded. So I had Joel.
Wait. I got to go back to his list. Hold on.
It's kind of the same list.
Wait. So you said number 1 was you guys, huh? And you said Helen was 5, BC was 5?
Yeah.
And ahead of her was who was there 4?
Ron and Candy.
MFL. So you chose MFL over like
well, the way I see it, like Helen just got here. Helen's like Steve Kerr. She made that shot. You know what I mean? It's like she drained it like that. Well, we respect it, but we've been here a long time. So I'm looking at what Ron and Candy have done consecutively throughout their career and what they have the potential to do. That's where I'm going with that.
Wow. There's a lot of people left off that list.
Respect.
Like they have their green shirt for sure. Like 75 recruits. Like I respect that. Like that's probably the top out of everyone on here. That's probably the most recruits ever been done.
If you know, we're not here to instigate.
Not at all.
We're not going to instigate.
No, we're Christians. We're good Christians.
And it's Sunday. So, you know, we can't be Chris and Sunday. Can't do both of that. So that's a
day over there stirring the pot.
Yeah,
it's the Sabbath.
But just remember, those cars are paid off.
There's a lot of people left off that list.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I wasn't. That would surprise me. I like, whoa. Okay, well, so who's next? Olivia, are you? Did
yes,
you?
Sir. Yes,
okay.
sir.
What's your list? No.
So for number 1, I have my coach and mentor in the business, Kenneth Lamberson, and I'm going to make sure that I'm the flag carrier that makes that happen. Behind him, I have Joe Molina with Champaign as his flag carrier. Behind him, I have Luke Cancella with their flag carrier. I don't feel like they've been really identified yet, because if I can't name them, then they're not identified within the hierarchy. Ooh. Followed by Ron and Candy with Anna as their flag carrier, followed by Helen Burton with Belinda, Ashton, and BCE following that.
Pretty much same list. Huh. Interesting. Helen got the 5 spot again.
SFG ain't getting no love.
World
Class ain't getting no love.
SWAT. There's a
SWAT,
EDC.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have them speak up because it's not
I think we need to bring out a little
popcorn.
popcorn.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah,
let's see what happened. Oh, what y'all think? What y'all think?
I just want to know.
We don't want to know. We just asking questions.
How about Glenda? Glenda, tell me what's on your mind. You smiling hard over there. Glenda, tell me what's on your mind.
Hey, Curtis, I'm gonna send you the spoon to stir it up.
I don't know what that means. I don't cook. But Glenda, go ahead, tell us. Tell us what's on your mind. Who's gonna be top 5?
Well, I had you as number 1.
Oh no, not us. But I like you too, Glenda. That's nice of you. All right.
Let's see. Well, I had Joel. Joel's number 5. Then Lambert, then Luke and Chella, and then Helen. Did I miss anybody?
I don't know.
Ron and Candy.
What number is Ron Candy?
5.
Ron Candy's your 5 spot?
Mm-hmm. Just for a minute, but we'll be up there. That's okay. SFG will be up there.
Oh, this was like predict.
Yeah. So we'll be up there.
Okay. All right.
We're working on some things. We'll get there.
All right. Just wondering. I'm just asking a question, guys. You don't. It's very, very interesting. Okay.
So Helen and Ron and Candy switched spots on her list, though.
But Helen
was number 4 on her list. The other 2 players are number 5. Let's see. Who else?
I mean, how about Michael Landry? I'm just going through this list, guys. I'm just calling. I just want to know what's in your mind.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening.
I have you as number 1.
You don't have to put us on. That's cool.
Oh, okay, cool. I have Joel's number 1. Krista Anthony is number 2. Helen is number 3. Luke and Chella number 4. And Lambertson number 5.
Interesting.
Okay, more interesting, boy.
Helen, you went up from 5 to 4. Now you're 3. Okay, let's see where we're at. Joe's kind of staying in at number 1, though. I don't think anybody else thinks that there's anybody else as a flag carrier in this organization. It's interesting.
Yeah,
he's earned it, but
he's consistently number 1.
He's consistently number 1.
Anybody have any different lists? Like, I'm just interested. I'm just very, very interested. Like Lupe's kind of spicy. Lupe, what you got?
Of course, Luke and Chella number 1.
Okay.
And I would say Helen number 2 because she's coming up. She's showing up. Ooh. And I feel like they have momentum and they're not going to let it go. So I believe in their team. But again, Luke and Chella number 1. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
Number 3, Joel Molina. Okay. Number 4, financial emancipator, aka Steve Harvey. And number 5, I would say Ron and Candy.
Wow. This list is getting very interesting.
This is interesting. Very interesting.
We're both in the same thing. Like, it's always interesting to hear these people's opinions because everybody has the same opportunity. It's interesting. See what kind of impact. Okay. Anybody else got like one to say it, or they're like, oh, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings?
I got a list.
I got one too, Coach.
Yeah, sure. I would love to know.
All right, so I'm gonna say first off, it's gonna be our base shop, Apex, and Liv. I appreciate that. Remember when Drake said they said I fell off? Ooh, I needed that. When you said you couldn't recognize the flag carrier, it wasn't like it was personal because it was true because we don't have one, and I got to make sure that changes. So I needed that. Thanks, sis. Next is gonna be Fortaleza, because we're not talking about super base, we're just talking about straight base, right?
This is the whole hierarchy, baby.
Okay, so it's gonna be Apex and Fortaleza. A lot of people sleeping on my boy Joe Smith, SFG. BCE, I'm gonna put y'all in there too, because I see y'all doing work, and I think y'all are gonna be consistent, just not consistent enough to edge out Fortaleza, and then we gotta overtake them because that's a family competition, and then MFL because I see how they work.
So Kenny wasn't on the list?
He didn't say his fifth one yet.
Oh, just wondering.
Actually, you know, I kind of messed that up because I had Fortaleza and Emancipators next to each other before I asked my question. So it would be Apex, Fortaleza, Emancipators, SFG, and then BCE.
Okay.
I'll unblock you, Brandon. I blocked you for a minute. I'll unblock you now.
Look, you can look. Because I had it on the same because I wasn't sure how it was written. That's why I had to ask.
Wow.
Man, much love, brother.
And remember, guys, this is like voting. You guys know this, right? This is vote, like you guys all have the same opportunity. People are voting. This is very interesting. Does anybody have a different voting list?
I have mine.
Yes, I would love to hear it. Who would you vote for? This is like nominees. We're gonna put you guys on podium so you can talk about why you should be part of top 5 in a minute. I always want to know.
Of course, number 1, I put Ron and Candy. Number 2, Joel Molina. Number 3, Kenny. Number 4, Helen. And number 5, Belinda.
Belinda. So you said Belinda gonna come and pass up a lot of people.
Ooh.
Is that what you said? Dang.
Very interesting.
That's very, very interesting. So she said she must have saw her numbers. That's what she said. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Ashley Gilbert, you on this call?
Yes,
Ashley,
I am.
I want to hear your list.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm so confused on my list. I definitely have Helen Burton on there.
She lying.
I have Luke and Chella for sure. I've got Kenny. Like, I got more than 5. I don't know.
You're nice.
I am.
She's
I'm
so
very
nice.
Y'all just wait though.
Yes, you're nice.
She's so cute.
Yeah, you're very nice. Okay. Would anybody like to say something? Like,
I would like to say whether my MD promotion is official or not, BCE will be number 1.
Wow.
Ooh, I can get on board with that.
Yes, there you go, Ashton. There you go.
I want to hear from Joe Smith.
You want to hear from who?
I want to
Yeah,
hear
I'm
from.
messing up not putting EDC on the list. I'll tell you that much.
Uh-oh. Look at Anthony too. Uh-oh. You want
I know how Joe Smith thinks, and I know he's hot right now. Y'all about to see something coming out of SFG after this. But y'all heard his talk the last time. Somebody underestimated him. Well, let's hear. What you got?
You got it? What's on your mind, man?
Yeah. Hey, Curtis.
You got anything on your mind?
Yeah, because I put him totally different.
Wait, hold on. Let Joe go first.
Okay.
Wondering.
Oh, something else over there, huh?
Eat some popcorn. Listen to voting over here.
I mean, you know, the beauty about the list is that's, you know, opinion, really. That's what I think about it.
What's your list?
And so, you know, a lot of people are saying this, a lot of people saying that. Got this, got that. All right. Remember who was there. Remember what squad was there through all of that. So remember, it's only one valedictorian that sits in this whole entire ages.
Oh, he pulling out the
businessman. We're not talking Crusaders College. We're talking recognized PHP, PHPU, and SFG coming. You already know. We're not going.
It's gonna be very interesting.
What's your list, Joe?
I want to know what coach's list is.
Oh man.
What Joe Smith's list is
Oh yeah,
right now.
let's
Look
hear
at
that
page.
one.
I agree. What's coach's list?
Who's this? Anthony, how you feeling, man? You look on us. You guys in the
Who
same.
doesn't like the hot seat now?
Y'all in the same what?
Oh, definitely. Now the scary part is if the other part of me, if she says anything, oh, y'all really gonna see something crazy. I'm just letting y'all know that much right now, and I know she's getting hot. You want to know kind of like my list? I got my boy Joel, financial emancipator, us, Helen, and my boy Joe. That's what I got on the list. No, I ain't put Luke on there either. He want to put me on his list. He ain't on my list.
You said 4.
You said 4 people. Who's the first person?
No, Joel, and then financial emancipator, Kenny, then me and Krista, Helen, and Joe.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. Well, guys, let me tell you. Let me tell you my list. You ready? My list is going to show up on the leaders bulletin.
You do this every year.
Come on.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Show up on the leaders bulletin.
That will be nice.
It's going to show up on the leaders bulletin. But let me tell you.
You should write down your list, Curtis, and have Spring write down hers. See, if you guys pick the same team.
The only ones who are on episode.
Let me, but the guys, I want to be very clear on something. This is the way we do this. It's because you know who's been mentioned everybody's list?
Helen.
Helen Burton.
Helen Burton.
Joel and
Joel.
It's been on every list.
Joel and
Helen
Helen.
Kenny, financial emancipator, Kenny.
Has Kenny been on every list, baby?
Nope. Just Joel. Helen.
Just Joel and Helen on everybody's list.
I think Shauna said she had a fun list.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your list, Shada?
Very, very interesting, guys. How we doing on time? I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah. We need to.
Yeah, okay, we gotta keep moving. Guys, now what's the mentality we're trying to get from that? It's kind of easy if you kind of understand what we just did. Okay. Is Jordan took everything personal. And you find different ways to motivate him. And some of you guys were happy just because you were on the list. It's a little different. There's different levels to this. Some are happy because you made the list. But some are happy because you're not number one. Some are like, I don't even care if I'm on the list. Whatever you are, wherever you are. All right. But there's a reason why we're trying to inject a mindset into you.
Curtis, can I say something?
Sorry. Did someone say something?
Yeah, C3.
Oh, okay. You trying to stop me?
No.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Okay.
I'm upset I'm not on the list. So what I want to know is, of all the MDs, raise your hand. Who all on here are full-time? Raise your hand. Well, I want you to know that SWAT promoted 3 FAs, 2 in May and 1 just here in July. 1 here in just July. Within 3 weeks, she made FA. Right? I want you to know that our part-time is better than a lot of you guys full-time, personal directs. I want you to know that SWAT knows how to write business. I want you to know that SWAT has trained a lot of you guys on this team. I want you to know that just because you came on board, you were not the first boom in Max Life. I want you to know that SWAT is coming, and our part-time is better than your full-time. And I also want you to know that we have people that when they recruit, they go to Fast Start School. I want you to know that when they recruit, they show up. And I want you to know that they're just not numbers, they're people.
Woo. Y'all, he is coming for y'all. See, I mean, he's just speaking facts. That's all. He's just
Yes,
speaking
he
some
is.
facts. Y'all got facts of your own in your own situation. So let's see what happens on the list. But what we got to do is move on because we got to get on time. But I heard that. He said, you ain't going to leave me out and I ain't going to say nothing. Well, let me go to the next person who was most consistent on everybody's list, most of the time being number one on everybody's list. And this gentleman, he's been one of the top flag carriers for the Max Life organization. You guys can see that he has done a lot for the organization, and we will see what he's about to do. But I'm excited for this conversation. He's going to talk about why PHP platform versus the industry. This is such an important talk. So make sure that you got your notepad out and you are ready. Give it up for Mr. Joel Molina.
So, yeah. Guys, I'm so excited. You gotta love Max Life, guys, and you know, love the jersey that we wear and that we all represent, and make a change, right? Be the change. Like, you know, you gotta be loyal, and that's what I want to talk to you guys right now. I'm not gonna pull up a slide. I want to have a real conversation. I want to have a real conversation because, you know, once we get out of here, the devil's out there, and we all know that. And I want to talk about the difference between PHP, and I have 7 points. Okay, the difference between PHP and the industry. Because let me tell you, if you're licensed, you have a very powerful license. You have a license that can change people's legacies. At the same time, you have a license that can change your life and your family's legacy. And let me tell you that they're going to come after you. They're going to come and they're going to try to recruit you. They're going to try to offer you a bigger contract level. They're going to tell you and sell you the moons and the stars. And let me prepare you for that. Let me prepare you for that because my points, I think it'll cover, and I want to make sure that I stay within time. But you got to love your family. You got to love Max Life, and you got to stay loyal to Max Life because it's happened before. And I've been in this game for 3 years, and I lost some pretty good people. And guys, everybody on this call I care about. Everybody on this call I want to make history with. I want to make sure that Max Life is respected amongst the industry, amongst PHP. And when we walk around with those line backpacks, man, I want to make sure that people say, hey, I want to be part of that team, because we are, you know, our foundation. I believe that God has his hands all over this Max Life organization, this Max Life agency. And this is my first point, guys. When you're going through a situation, make sure you always process it up. Process up. Do not go and talk to the new person on why you should leave PHP. You go up and make sure you process it. Make sure you talk about it. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. What else is out there? Okay. Number 2 is don't make a decision before you process it. Sometimes you're going to process something, but in your head, you've already made a decision. So make sure you do not make any decisions while you're angry, while you're sad, or while you're going through an adversity. Guys, I love you guys, and I want to see you guys succeed in this business. And this business is about just not quitting. So number 2 is do not make a decision while you're going through that adversity. Number 3, it's a principle, guys. And me and Luke Rayford, I remember Kenny Lamberson, we talk about this. We talk about this because I love them. They were my MDs that got me to where I need to be. And I consider them to be my flag carriers. And what we talk about is if you quit once, you're going to do it over and over and over again. So guess what? If you quit once, quitting will become a habit. Don't make it a habit, guys. Push through no matter what. Number 4 is loyalty. And for me, Fortaleza, the name of my organization, that's what it means, man. It means willpower. And it was inspired by the raising of the Iwo Jima flag. When they went up that battle of Iwo Jima and they put that flag on top of that mountain, And they took that picture now as a monument in Washington, D.C. and other locations. But it's a reminder that they went through hell to go up there. But once they were up there and they planted that flag, they had won that battle, and everything was going to be okay. We were coming back home. So be proud of the jersey that you represent. Don't be like jumping on the next team because don't be repping another team just because they're winning. Because our time will come, and our time is here. Our time is here. So number 5 is the grass is greener where you water it. The grass. And I remember Coach saying this right now, just recently. He said, the grass is not greener on the other side. Well, the reality is the grass is greener where you water it, where you make sure you dedicate that time to build it up. I love building people. I think that leadership is the most wonderful thing in the world, because you can invest in a property or you can invest in a person. And I would 100% invest in a person and make that person successful, because their success will be my success in the long run. Number 6, when we talk numbers, guys, this platform is set up for scalability. If it was not set up for scalability, then they will give you a super high contract. Understand that we can transform anybody's life. But as a trainer, I want to be compensated for my time. I want to be compensated for when someone comes in from another industry. When I teach them, I want to position them to be successful, but I also want to be compensated for my time. So this is a builder's model. This is a builder's model. Do not get it twisted. If they offer you a bigger contract, they're not going to offer you their time. They're not going to offer you their support. They're not going to give you any incentives. They're going to just throw leads at you. They probably give to 100 other agents, and they're going to sell you on that. I'm going to give you leads. Well, those leads, they're recycled to a whole bunch of other agents. Just don't get lied to, guys. And number 7, never quit, because if you quit, financial freedom will also quit on you. And with that, I'll give it right back to you, Spring. Love you guys. Love this organization. And let's make this franchise a #1 franchise in PHP.
Come on, Joe!
Come on, Joe!
Hey there, Joe. Good job, bro.
All right.
Flag carrier.
That was awesome. I really love that. If you guys want to follow Joel Molina on social media, you can find him at JMolina_the architect. JMolina_the architect. So make sure you follow him. He's got nuggets like that dropping all over town, man. And that was awesome. Thank you so much, Joel. Super excited for what's happening right now with this organization. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring up we're going to bring up our coach back right now, so then we can have the opportunity to go over pressing issues. Very important topic, pressing issues. Give it up back for Coach.
Come on, big coach.
Yeah, Coach.
Come on.
Let's go,
Woo!
We're doing it.
Okay, cool, guys. We're in 4th quarter. You guys have some real deep topics coming your way. And you see we're on page 20. I think we're 21 of 29 in your packets. Pressing issues. And Joel, if you can get that video queued up for me from Tim Grover. If you listen to the video before, which was Roy, I think it's not Roy Jones. But Roy, he coached Kansas, North Carolina, and he was there when Jordan was there in North Carolina. He was an assistant at that point.
Williams.
I'm sorry, what?
Williams.
Thank you so much. It was in my it was in my head, but I couldn't say thank you so much. So Roy Williams, he says that Jordan was the only one that he knew that could turn it off, but he never turned it off. That's such a big statement to say. And if you don't know who Roy Williams is, check him out. He's highly decorated as a college coach. And one of the biggest things is that we're going to go into, which is called pressing issues, is in this conversation is pretty simple. Okay, we're going to talk about workability and stage time. Workability and stage time. So go ahead and play the video really quickly as we go into this conversation.
After the season, usually there's a time period where Michael takes some time off. The night they lost to Orlando, I said, Michael, I'm about to get out of here. Let me know when you want me to see you, because I'll see you tomorrow. Michael had an obligation to himself, the fans, his teammates, the organization, his family, everybody. He said, if you're gonna sit down and take 3 hours out of your day to watch me on TV, I have an obligation to give you my best. To give you my best all the time.
Perfect. So what can you learn from that? It's a mentality. This guy, it wasn't about money for him. He was already getting high contracts. It's about giving his best. And a lot of you guys, when you look into your family's eyes and look into the mirror and say, am I giving my best yet? This is a pressing issue. Are you giving your best? So workability. This is a big one, especially when you start talking about building a professional business long-term. A lot of us can get a lot of stage time moving forward, things along those lines, because you're going to be building a business. So when you say workability, what does your peers say about working? Not what you say. What do you say? What do they say? And one of the biggest things I highly recommend that we learn early in the business is go around and ask people, what are the top 3 things I need to work on? Ask your sidelines, ask people, ask your downlines, ask your uplines, ask. Because the biggest thing you can do is be self-aware, but you can never be 100% self-aware. There's always blind spots that you have. So no one knows you better than the repetition that you give them. So you might believe that you're being perceived a certain way, but people might be perceiving you a whole different way. And you might not even know that you're doing it. That's like being a pastor or being someone on stage and you have terrible breath and everyone you speak to in the first row doesn't even understand. They're like, they keep doing this and you don't even know why they're doing it. And you don't think you have bad breath at all. They're like, oh, because you have bad breath. That's what's going on. That's why we keep doing this. Not because your message is messed up. So it's very, very important for you to get that. So I highly recommend, that's a challenge, as an encouragement, is to get your blind spots filled. And you can only get your blind spots filled from people that can see from different areas that you cannot see. Stage time. Stage time is very important. We talk about this quite a bit. Patrick talks about it all the time. He'll say this. He says, if you are not coachable, aligned, and move at the speed of instruction, there's nothing we can do for you. We will not promote you. You will have to promote yourself. But that's hard. So if you're looking for stage time, you're looking at what? Positional, performance, and positivity. So what's positions? Positions mean that obviously you're moving up in the ranks. So you're showing some type of growth. What's performance? Means that you have something on the leaders bulletin. We're not talking about what you used to do. We're talking about what you're currently doing and where you're going. So you're performing. And then positivity. You're positively around, like we feel it, like you're positive. You give energy. That's stage stuff. We talk about the next one, which is high standards. This is important when you want to step into, start building a multiple 6-figure type of business and beyond that. It's having standards for yourself in regards to how you run a BOM. And now we're kind of like virtual, so we're not in an office right now. So again, the lower your standards are on these type of calls, it's only going to bleed into your organizations. And you're going to wonder why it's so like willy-nilly and no one like really makes money or anything like that, because you have low standards and it's very casual. So there's a lot of casualties now because of that. So I remember in the beginning, I mean, high standard. I used to be, guys, you want to talk about high standard? I used to be the person to wear flip-flops and jeans to BOM and walk out when the phone rang. Like, so that was me. So I'm not here to say like we always had high standard and all. We didn't. It wasn't. But we had to grow in that because that person I knew was creating a certain type of income and was only going to be able to build to a certain type of lid. So you have to make a decision if you want to increase that lid and move that lid to a different area so you can go and level up So how are your standards in BOMs? Are you in tune? Are you here with us? Are you already checked out? Because it's, again, I need a vacation. We've been here all day, man. I need to go to Vegas right now. That's what I need to do. Man, I'm tired. Love it. Promotions, all right? High standards in your promotions. There's guidelines to hitting promotions. And the key that I think Spring talked about it earlier was, if I'm going to hit a promotion, that means I'm promoting somebody. If I'm going to hit a promotion, that means I'm promoting somebody. There should never be one promotion in anything. So if I hit FA, that means there should be associates promoted. If I hit director, that means FAs are promoted. If I hit MD, that means somebody's getting promoted. FAs, directors, associates. If there's a SMD promotion, MDs are getting promoted. There's the EMD promotions, more people. There's always somebody getting promoted for promotions. So if you're focused on your promotion, who's getting promoted? Next is what? Field trainings. High standards on field trainings, fast starts. When you're in the field, are you professional? Would trainees kept recommending you for their family because they're giving up their market when you're getting matched out? That top 25 sheet that you're calling, that's their market. That's their family. That's their friends. So field trainers, you got to come professional when you're sitting in front of what? Their family and friends. Because they're already scared sitting in front of grandma, sitting in front of, business owner, uncle, and everybody else. So they're already scared. So professionals, if you don't come play your A game, when it's time for you to perform, you can kill their whole business. And that could have been an MJ for somebody in the squad. That could have been a Scottie Pippen. But maybe you said, you know, I'm having a bad day today, so I'm not going to pull up somebody to become my best today in this field training appointment. No. When it's game time, you got to turn it on, regardless of how you feel. Fast starts is the same thing. You're literally holding somebody's business in your hand. You're fast starting them. You're showing them what they can go. It's very, very important. There's a lot of different topics that we'll consistently keep going over in training, stuff like that. For time, we're not going to be able to go through each one of these, but business expenses is another one. Like for those that are in local offices, do you pay plugins to make sure that office, your headquarters, stays alive as a business owner? Again, like you guys should write this as a formula, because it's the only real formula as a business owner to create net profit cash flow. You must have cost. You have to have cost. There's business expenses. Then secondly, there's revenue. That's called gross revenue. You take your gross revenue, you take your business expenses, you get what's left, which is net. Net is your cash flow that you get to take home, cash on hand, right? So your business expenses, like, you know, are you plugging into your office? Are you a partner with your local branch? That's a big one. Your image. Your image is key because people are judging you. They're saying, can I roll my money? Can I trust you with your money? Oh, your fingernails are dirty. You don't even clean your fingernails. Why would I trust you with my $500,000? You know, people are thinking like that, right? I'm not saying I think like that. I'm telling you that's people are looking for a reason not to do business with you. So don't give them a reason. They're already looking for a reason. Like, it's so funny. Like our culture has this big old like stereotype is we don't like to give tips, right? So when we sit down at dinner, I'm not saying us, but I'm just saying our stereotype, right? Is when we sit at dinner, we say, man, she hasn't checked on us in what? Man, we should have checked on us for 30 minutes, man. Her tip was $20. It just went to $18. She better hurry up and come over here. Oh my gosh, she didn't even say how I'm doing. Man, that just went down to $16. Oh my gosh, she didn't even smile when she said hello to me. Oh man, that's going to $14. Like, you know, that's what's happening with your clients too, right? They're like, let me check. Are they professional? Image, what does it look like? They're checking you out. They're checking you out. It's important. Hygiene and all that. That's important. Make sure when you do feel, well, right now we're in Zoom, but when we go back to being face to face, make sure you brush your teeth before you go into appointments. Make sure you have not too much cologne and everything else. On Zoom, it's pretty simple. Make sure you look professional up top. No one needs to see your bottom at this point, right? And make sure you can clean yourself somehow, some way to at least it looks like you're decent. Like, does that make sense? Decent. Go ahead. You can order Amazon clippers for guys, whatever you need to do. Just keep yourself decent. All right, cool. And the last topic I'll talk about really quick is like run this business like a business. And Tim Grover, that's what he was saying, is that Michael Jordan ran this like a business. He didn't have to go to work the next day. The season was over. Usually people take vacation. He says, I'll see you what? Tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. We still have our goals. We have big things to accomplish. So do you run this like a business? Do you have a target market that you reach into? If you look at your top 25 and look at the market sheet and actually say, this is the market I need to live in. 25 years and older. Someone owns a house. Someone has children, married, business-minded. Like the top 25, you look at the bottom, stay in that market, you make money. Stay out that market, it gets hard. That's market. Schedule. What's your schedule like? Do you actually run a consistent schedule? Like, do you really run a schedule? And what I mean by that, not the schedule you think. So if I go ask your kids right now, I say, what does Deidre really do all week? She would tell me, like the kids would tell me. Yeah, I don't know. If I say Belinda, Belinda's going to tell me obviously what her schedule is, right? But some people posture their schedules and say, oh, I work all week. Great. Let me talk to your kids. Let me talk to your spouse real fast. Let me ask them really what you do. A lot of you guys got nervous, start sweating when I said that. Man, I wonder what my spouse would say about my schedule. I wonder what my kids would really say what I do all week. Would they say that I really work? Do they say, oh, I see him all, the only thing I see is my daddy on Zoom all day. The only day he runs is 10 to 15 appointments a day. Or would they say, nah, I really just see my daddy sit on the couch, watch Netflix a lot. And he keeps going back to that cupboard and drinks a little too much. And he kind of yells a lot. What would they say about you? Would they say you're lazy or you're a worker? Only you know that answer. And maybe you should ask them to see what they would think about it as well, by the way. Systems. Okay. Systems is another big one. Systems is key, guys, when you start building a business, because it's not personality driven. In the beginning, we used to wing this thing. We're talented. So we would say like, I could just get some recruits. I want to get some recruits. I'll go get an app. I want to get an app, but that's not duplicatable. It's not duplicatable at all. None of y'all can be me. None of you can be Spring. But we can build a system though. We can tell you exactly how this thing works and how it can be duplicatable. And you can put your talents into the system and watch what happens. It will explode. The only reason I'm telling this stuff because we went through all that headache. I lost a lot of hair from doing this stuff already. You don't have to. You can keep your beautiful hair if you want. All right. So understand, run the system. There's a blueprint already done. Stop recreating the system flow. There's a reason why we tell you to go through week 1. There's a reason why we tell you to graduate FAFSA school. There's a reason why we tell you to take 3 field training appointments. There's a reason for this stuff. We don't say this stuff for fun. It's a system already done. Just follow the system and watch what happens to your business. We make this thing a little too hard. Okay. So guys, we're very excited about this. These are topics that, again, that we're going to consistently keep talking about. But this is something that we have to improve on as an agency. And in the next layer, let me tell you what I'm looking for and all the leaders looking for. We're looking for the next layer of leaders to pop up. The next layer of leaders. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. All right. I'm talking to you. We're having a one-on-one conversation right now. We're waiting for you to rise up. Because you can. You all spend $199. It's not a big deal. Everybody put the pants on the same way. Ain't nobody special on this call. The only difference between people that do something they don't is they just believe. That's it. They just believe and get to work. So with that, babe, I'll pass it back to you and we'll keep moving.
All right.
Woo! That was fire.
Bring the fire.
Keep
me awake.
Awesome.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Stephanie to do another giveaway. We're really excited about it. So take over, Stephanie. Here we go.
Woo! I have a song for you guys to get this party jumping. You guys hear it? Hey, let's get the energy going. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Hey,
A lion queen.
get the energy up. Okay, so we have one more question. Well, we have a few more questions, but I got one for you guys right now. So get your Twitter fingers ready. You guys ready? Let me see some. I see some thumbs up. You guys ready? No? Nobody wants to win the book? Okay.
So if they don't want it, I'll just take it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So the question is, hold on, let me just make sure that we're good to go on this question. What is in the background of C4's? What's in the picture behind C4? Who did it first? I mean, that's obvious.
Me.
Second, I think.
Belinda got it, you guys. I wasn't sure if some of you guys were gonna put Jordan.
I love it. She got you. Some people did put Jordan in there. That's awesome. All right. Love it. We're gonna have a couple more opportunities for you guys to win some stuff. So make sure that you're continuing to pay attention, take notes, all that good stuff. Right now, we're gonna go into our next speaker. This gentleman, you've heard from him a lot. I don't know if I should introduce him as Steve or but he is a huge pillar in our company and our organization as well. We've met in Aspen, actually, which is kind of like, but we had a good time. We met him and his beautiful wife and his son, and they have been some amazing people in our lives ever since then. Super excited. One of the killers of the Las Vegas. Curtis is bringing some stats back from that Aspen trip when we went. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But yeah, so super excited. One of the killers of the Las Vegas organizations. And here we are, none other than the Mr. Emancipator himself. Give it up for Kenny Lamberson.
Let's go, Coach. Come on now.
Oh, Mr. Lamberson. The Family Feud.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go get Steve's job, everybody. Don't worry. Steve makes good money. I'm gonna go get his job. All right, cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna be quick here. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. There we go. All right, I'm so excited for the opportunity to talk to you guys today, share a little bit about branding with you guys. Want to talk about a couple things about the organization before I hop right in. So, boom, here we go. This is the scripture that is on every email that I send out. It is Luke 14, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor, freedom for the prisoner, recovery of sight for the blind, and to set the oppressed free. When I came up with the Emancipators Financial Alliance, I was watching something, and then this quote came across the screen from Harriet Tubman, and she said, "I freed thousands of slaves and would have freed thousands more if only they knew they were slaves." And thus, Emancipators Financial Alliance was actually born. Let me tell you a little bit about the organization. Guys, not only am I branding online, but I'm also branding here in Las Vegas. If you can see this picture here, right behind who we are, that is my van filled with toys. We, along with a couple other community business partners, we adopted a local school in a bad area here in Las Vegas, and we delivered toys to about 400 students. We did a turkey drive last year with some of our other partners and fed the community. So it's not just about branding online, but it's also about getting your name out there in your local community as well. Emancipators Financial, we are a group of individuals, companies, organizations with a formal agreement to achieve a particular aim, which includes and involves, but is not limited to, freeing others from bondage with regards to financial matters. I just wanted to go over this stuff with you guys because I think it's important. You know what, I'm gonna be honest, going through the base shop checkup, I realized that I don't do this enough with my organization. And so I wanted to make sure that they know what the mission is, freeing those enslaved to the poverty mindset through financial education and literacy. SVP by 2020, 3 ring earners by the end of the year, pillars of Max Life, Liberation, and PHP, not only a national vision, but a global vision. To have marketing directors in each state and 100 marketing directors worldwide by 2029. Why is all of that important? Because it all comes down and all can be found in branding, right? So most of my branding across these platforms, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm not on TikTok, but I have it on there. WhatsApp, Twitter. Your brand is very important. Why? Because you want to control the narrative that is out there about you. It's all about you controlling the narrative, right? And so I think that controlling the narrative is very important. And so when you go and you Google financial emancipator, okay, financial emancipator, this is what comes up. And when you Google Kenneth M. Lamberson, you'll see what comes up. And so I did that. And my challenge to you guys is you should do that for you. If you're planning on being someone special, you all are special, but if you plan on being someone special in this industry, you have to control the narrative, right? I ruined a relationship. My wife probably will hate me telling this story, but I ruined a relationship because I said something about our president, and I said that he was a brilliant marketer because in the election, I mean, he defeated a career politician. And the reason and how he defeated a career politician was he was on everybody's mind. He was on everybody's mind. You were not there voting for Hillary. You were voting there so you voting against Trump. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what's out there, what the story is, and the publicity. So when you Google yourself, what do you find? So I want to share with you guys just really quickly what happens when you Google. Let's Google Emancipators Financial. See, it just comes up on my screen automatically because it's just that's what happens. Let's just see Google. Boom, boom, boom. Google Emancipators Financial. We're closed right now according to Google, but I didn't go over this yesterday. But having a profile on Google is important as well. So if you are a marketing director or you have an organization, you should go ahead and establish your profile. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. Let me share that with you guys. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go back. Where are we? Boom. Here we go. Go to Chrome. Here we go. So you should be in control of what Google has to say about you as well. So go ahead and look, I manage this business profile. Absolutely, I do. I'm controlling what Las Vegas has to say about Emancipators Financial Alliance. When you Google us, you'll see that everything comes up there. Boom, Emancipators Financial Alliance, emancipatorsfinancial.com. And then somebody did ask me if I was part of Premier Financial Alliance, and I said, I don't know who they are, but whatever. But you can see when you Google Emancipators Financial, this is what comes up. I am in control of that. I also own the name, emancipatorsfinancial.com. When you come to our website, this is what you'll find. You'll find an about us, what it is that we do. It's fancy. Doesn't really say much about life insurance until you get to our services. And you can see the services that we offer. Nice little listing there. Beautiful thing is, if you want to schedule an appointment with me, you don't have to talk to me. You can just go ahead and put it in my calendar through Calendly. And I get that and I give you a call. And yes, we are always hiring. And we have our training and development program, the problem and solution. Our compensation, I love our compensation. Most of you shy away from the conversation about compensation because you're scared to say that this is commission. So here's how I say it. Here at EFA, we believe that hourly/salary equals slavery. We want you to be free. Our compensation model is pay per performance. We offer a tier commission plan depending on what services our client enrolls in. We're paid weekly, Tuesday and Friday, with cash bonuses, gifts, trips, and more included in the compensation plan. Hosting phone interviews and web interviews daily, right? So this is how I control the narrative about my team. Here's some of our partners. PHP Agency is there. Student loans and credit repair, different things like that. Now, guys, listen, I want to be clear on something too. When you're branding yourself, okay, if you're going to include PHP in the conversation, you have to use titles that PHP offers. So FA, Field Associate, Marketing Director, Director, SVP. If you're going to include PHP in your marketing, you have to make sure that you're using PHP titles. If you're not going to use PHP, and let's say you're using Max Life, you got to get Curtis's permission on how it is that he wants you to market his organization. If you're a marketing director, then you have free reign to do it however you want to, as long as you don't mention PHP. When you mention PHP, you got to give them props and go by their branding guidelines. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you can get with me a little later or get with your marketing director to have that explained. Now, as well as owning your own name. If you don't own HelenBurton.com, JoeMolina.com, JoeSmith.com, it's a problem because I don't know about you, but I am somebody, right? I plan on being somebody. And before, I get to that space, I want to own my name. I want to own my name.com, .org, .edu, whatever, right? And so I started that process by claiming kennethmlamberson.com. So I had a lady yesterday on LinkedIn. I'm sending out messages on LinkedIn, and she's like, well, I need to do my research. I don't know who you are. I don't know who your company is. Guess what I sent her? No problem, ma'am. I want to do research on you as well, but here's the links to my page, right? You want to know about who I am? There's a full bio here. There's a full resume there. My licenses in the states that I'm licensed. PHP agency is in there. Links right back to my page. Gives a little family history here, so that people not only can see your social media, but they can also see, get a little bit more personal and actually read about who it is that I am as the financial emancipator. And so this is GoDaddy, by the way, guys. This ain't fancy, okay? This is just GoDaddy. You can do this in a couple hours, but I believe that you need to have your control of your own brand, control the narrative that you have out there about yourself. And so with that being said, I do want to show one more thing here. Boom, boom, here we go. Let's go back to this, share that. Here we go. The vision of Emancipators Financial Guys is not just to be a part of the financial services company, but it's to branch out and really be a financial alliance for people with therapeutic communities, legal services, real estate division, a ministry, because that's my heart, entertainment, because that's my family background, employment agency, banking, and education, because my wife is an educator with her master's degree from USC. She teaches here. And at the end of the day, guys, it's really just about the mission, which is helping people to think free, live free, be free, and live a life that is emancipated. With that being said, I think I have 1 second left. Thank you guys so much for your time. That's my time.
Ooh, let's go, Kenny.
That's hot, Kenny. That's hot. That's my MD.
Fire! Love it. Loved it. All right. So with that being said, we just actually, I want to show you guys something really quick that's kind of cool. Pretty quickly, guess what? Miss Sylvia got her food already.
Yummy. Who's sharing?
Got that Chipotle. Make sure that you guys are paying attention if you're putting yourself in a position to be able to answer questions, because you might be next. Who knows? Who knows, right? All right. So next we have a nice clip that's going to come up, and then right following after that clip, we're going to bring up your coach, C4. All right, let's go right into the clip.
When people see this, they're gonna say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never wanted anything. I wanted to win, but I wanted them to win and be a part of that as well. I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game. That was my mentality. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way. Break.
Woo! Oh, that's my favorite session.
Wow.
What's our talk right now? Compete to win. Compete to win. It's one of my favorite clips. Hey, right now Jordan's getting all this talking about, oh my gosh, you were so mean. You're calling out Scott Burrell. You're all this different stuff, but at the end of the day, we're still talking about him 20 years later about being the GOAT. And a lot of people don't want to push it to the limit. And a lot of people are scared to compete. and don't really understand what competition is, which is accountability to your greatness. And it's a mentality from the get-go. Like, it's a mentality to get-go. Dude, like, you compete in everything. I don't care if it's like a piece of gum. Like, hey guys, we're gonna offer a piece of gum. Whoever gets the first answer, like, you compete because you are a mentality of winning. It's a culture, and it bleeds in everything you do. It bleeds in everything you do. So a conversation right now is, why compete? Why? Like, why should you compete? And really, are you competing? Are you really giving your best? Or are you just kind of just playing to play the game? Can you do better? Or are you just here? I wear a bracelet, and my kids always ask me. I have 3 of them. First one is one from my pagey. It says, God keeps his promises. The other one is, I remember we hosted a big event, and George Palaio gave this to me, and it says, what you do on this earth will echo in eternity. And the other one we have says, believe big, hashtag believe big. I control my wealth. And like, my kids always says, why you keep them on all the time? Because I need reminders of accountability, who I am. I need to know where we're going. I need to know where I'm going at all times, because I'm competing to make sure that my wife has a better lifestyle, that my kids have a better lifestyle, and then way beyond me. Because if your dollar doesn't transfer to 2 generations down, you're not creating a legacy anyways. And you're not going to create a legacy by not competing. There is no person in the world that creates a legacy, a real legacy, without competing. There isn't. So you have to make a decision on, why do you want to compete? Do you want your goals and dreams to come true, or you just like the idea of your goals and dreams? Because a lot of people are like the idea of their goals and dreams, but they don't really want to get to work to make sure they can actually come true. So you guys need to like really write this down for yourself and say, am I competing? And why am I not, if you're not? And can you take it to a different level? Can you take it to a different level? And at the end of the day, what are they going to say about you? Like, the jersey behind us isn't Jordan, guys. The jersey behind us is Kobe. It's Kobe. He had a mentality. Mamba mentality, 24 hours to greatness. And where did he get that mentality from, though? He got it from what he calls his big brother, which was Jordan. And somebody else has that mentality now. It's on my shirt too, which is who? LeBron. There's legacies that are being transferred simply because of a competition mentality. And because they compete, they don't chase money or anything like that. What happens? They're able to affect so many different lives. People come to them because of how they play. They come to them because how they operate. What will they say after this? Because Kobe's gone now. This man's, it's a wrap for him. His season of life is gone. He had a run rate. And all of us have clocks on us, by the way. Let's not forget. A lot of people say, well, I'm young. I'm still in my 20s. I got a lot of life on this earth. No, you don't know that. You know that at all. One of Spring's friends says she went to high school with just passed away from COVID, 30 years old, family and everything. And the crazy thing, they have to cremate you when you have COVID. You can't have a funeral. They cremated it. And so the family didn't even see the body. But did you think that he knew that was going to happen? No, not at all. But my point is this. Are you competing because someone's going to say something about you at your obituary? Of how you operated. Did you do something big? And the crazy thing is, when you're building this business, eventually, like when your kids are young, they're going to say, okay, I know that you were doing something. And they will eventually become smart. And when I say they become smart, they're going to come to you and say, why did you never go hard? Like, why didn't you really not do something? And you have to answer that. And if they don't say it to you, they're just very, very nice, but they're thinking it. They're saying, why haven't you won? Have you ever went hard for anything? Why haven't you competed to win? And this is not an age conversation, because all of you still have time on your clock or you wouldn't be on this call. But the real question for you is, why you have a blessing to still be living and breathing Unfortunately, like my man right here that's up now upstairs, he lived a great life. Guys, the world stopped when he passed away. Will the world stop for you? Or even impact? How many, like, what's the impact? And that's only going to happen by competing. And by the way, that's not a talent thing. That's simply a mentality and effort. That's not saying, well, I have a lot of talent, I need to compete. No. I'm 6'6", now I can compete. No. It's a mentality thing. I look forward to seeing us compete more and increase that, because a lot of us say things like this: "Oh, I'm not competitive. I don't." So you don't like to be number one in anything? Who told you that? Why you believe that? You don't think your family deserve more? Don't you not want your family to have the best? So why aren't you giving your best? How to compete amongst sidelines is another topic you can see right here. What does that really mean? When I'm competing against sidelines, I'm not trying to embarrass or shame them. I need them to give me their best because I need to get better. So them not giving me their best doesn't help me. So I'm cool with call outs and all that stuff. As long as respectful, you call numbers. I'm cool with that. But if you don't compete, like we're just here just playing around and we're just playing business, like you guys should be checking everybody's numbers and saying, I'm looking to lead this bowl and say, I'm coming for you. I am. Number-wise, I'm coming for you. You should. And you want a sideline. You want a running partner to be able to help you. You heard Jordan when he was laying on the floor. He said, Scotty, you don't want to guard me today. You don't want to guard me today. That's a sideline. He's challenging Scottie Pippen. Why? Because he needs him to make him better. So when they go up against Utah Jazz or they go against the Sonics, they go against the Detroit Pistons, they go against whoever they're going to go through, they've been in wars and they know again, oh yeah, you're good because we compete. So if we compete internally, wait till we compete against the external. Oh, I feel bad for them. It's a mentality. Guys, we're not, currently, this group is not very competitive at all. Like you guys are very nice. You guys are very scared to call people out. You're very respectful in that. That's cool and all, but your number, like you guys don't like really like, I'm coming for you. Like, it's cool to say it. It's fine, perfectly fine. Like, I'm coming because I respect you. I respect your business and I'm coming for you. We're going to beat you. And I hope you respond back so we can keep getting better together. And by that, guess what the result is? We travel the world together. You go to places like, maybe like Aspen, and you get to meet a person like Kenny Lamberson that you're like, oh man, I never thought that you would ever be on the team. Now he's one of the biggest flag carriers on the team. Never thought that. Never thought we were on a whole different other organization. You should like, and we built a relationship there. Or maybe you go to another one. Like you end up going to like Dubai and stuff like that. And like you start building relationships with other people. And you're like, man, I never thought that we would do something bigger than what we got going on. And I can keep going on and on and on and on and on and all the places we've been blessed to be able to go to. But you don't get there unless you compete. You just don't. And I'm very, very excited for you to start competing because your family deserves it. They deserve the best. And if you tell them that you say, I want to offer you the best, you got to in turn look in yourself and say, am I giving my best? I think that's enough for this conversation, baby.
Come on, coach.
That was so
Come on,
lit.
coach. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yep.
So
Fire
here's the
up.
thing, guys. You're gonna spotlight me. Alrighty. So that was such a good talk, such good information, powerful. I mean, when you see a grown man like who is so passionate about what he does that it brings him to tears, that's like, man, that's powerful. That's super powerful. All right, right now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a video clip, and directly after that video clip, you're going to see Stephanie Romansky. She's going to go ahead and be bringing up another gift. All right, so love it.
The first game I coached, we went to Madison Square Garden, and the Knicks, they had Patrick Ewing, Bill Cartwright, and they were loaded. UB Brown, a Hall of Fame coach. 2 minutes to go in the game. The game is tied. I'm soaking wet with sweat. I've chewed my gum to a powder. It's around my mouth. And I saw this hand come out with a cup of water, and it was Michael Jordan. And he looked at me and he said, Coach, take a drink of that water, clean that stuff off your mouth. I'm not going to let you lose your first game.
That's
All
cool.
righty. Spring, is it done?
Chewed his gum to a powder.
Yes, go ahead.
Damn.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just want to make sure. Okay, you guys ready for your question? That video was lit. by
Let's
the way.
go.
Okay, so we have a question from a video. Are you guys ready for that? Did somebody just put one just in case? Like, is the answer one? That was a good answer though. So get your Twitter fingers ready. This is the question in Jordan's video. He said this, and I'm gonna leave the part blank. You have to fill in the blank. Okay. If you don't want to blank that way, don't blank that way. Let me see. There, it's already there because you guys have already put it a few times. So let's see. Let's make sure I don't pull another Steve Harvey. And make sure I'm going all the way to the beginning of today at 1 p.m. Just kidding. Who was the first one? Somebody can say it. Marketing directors do not get to compete. Play. So the first person that wrote it correctly was Lisa Rogers. So let's give it up for Lisa Rogers on saying play. If you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
It was Sylvia Donahue.
What?
Sylvia Donahue. Okay. Thank you, Spring. Give it up for Sylvia, guys.
Give it up for Stevana Harvey.
Wait a minute now. Make sure. Okay. Okay. So now we got Spring Harvey. We got Spring Harvey.
Sorry. Go ahead. You do you.
Okay. So is it Lisa?
It's Anthony. Sorry.
Anthony
Not
Griffin.
Anthony. Marketing directors can't win.
It's right on.
Anybody want to help?
If it's not Anthony, then it's
See,
Sylvia.
Curtis messed me up. It is Sylvia. It says play the game with Sylvia because first it said Anthony said play, and then Henry said win, Christian said compete, Ashley said think, and then Sylvia said play the game.
But Sylvia's answer is incorrect. It says if you don't want to play that way, don't play that way.
Oh, so then just
so the
play.
person who put play.
Okay.
Thank you, Spring, for trying to give it to me.
Okay, so Lisa, are we still good with Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa EDC Rogers.
Okay, Lisa, you are getting a book, and it is going to come with a personal message. And then also, Ashley, I messed up earlier. I was Stevana or whatever you want to call me. So a book is coming your way too, Ashley Crawford. And I'm going to give you some one-on-one time like you messaged me earlier. So I owe you that for making my mistake. So let's go on. You guys are going to have the most incredible speaker come in right now. She is somebody, if you want to have somebody who knows what unconditional love is, she 1000%, like too much, knows and operates as that and has taught me that. And I'm so honored to be able to bring up our fearless leader and our queen and lioness, Miss Spring Eatman.
Unconditional.
I know her.
My bad. I didn't stay in my lane, right? I was over there like, nope. But play the game. Okay, I see it. Well, good job to Ashley. Congratulations on that. So let's go ahead and go to page 26 right now, where we're going to talk a little bit about the potential report. The potential report. Okay, this is a very, very important report for you to have and know and utilize throughout your business. Okay. So the way that you're going to do this to find out what is your potential and where you're actually playing right now. Isn't that crazy that we can dial that down? You can figure out what you can do versus what you're doing right now. So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to pull up your reports. You're going to figure out what your recruiting, your apps, your points, and your cash flow were. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull up your best month. Your best month. This was your best month, your all-time best, your best month this year, right? So you're gonna pull up your best month, and you're gonna put that there. So let's say your best month was, 30 recruits, right? And then next to that, you're gonna put times 12. So whatever that 30 recruits times 12, whatever your recruits were, so that would be 360. So if you were at your best and you were playing that every single month for the year,
you would be at 360, right? So my best month was 30, then my potential is 360. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your number. What was your actual? Where are you at actually for 2019? So let's say for 2019, you're at 100 recruits, right? You're at 100 recruits. Okay. And so what you're going to do is you're going to divide that 360 by your actual. So this is going to tell me if my best month recruiting was 30 recruits and my potential is 360 recruits, my actual is 100. That means that I'm only playing at 3.6% of my capability. I'm only playing that. There's so much more that I have in my capacity. There's so much more that I can still do. So what I want you guys to do is pull up these numbers on your own time and figure out where are you playing right now? Because you might think you're working hard. You might think, and you might be saying to yourself, I'm working really hard and this business isn't working for me. Well, go ahead and check your potential and see if you're actually working at the level that you should and could be working at. Because if you did it once, you can do it again, and you can do it multiple times over. So if you did your best month once, then you just need to make that best month become your no matter what. And once that best month becomes your no matter what, that's when you start to work at your potential. And then now, once you grow to the next level, now you're at the bottom of that next level. When you're at the top of the level that you've reached, you're now at the bottom of the next level. And so there's always space for you to continue to grow. So figure out what your potential is. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is your cash flow. Okay, your cash flow. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull up my slides here for this one. All right. Okay, good. So how are we going to make money? Figure out how to make money. Okay. So first thing you want to know is figure out your stability goals. Okay. So have stability goals for yourself. Running in desperation is only going to serve you for so long. So at some point, your mind needs to believe that this business works. And that happens when you make money. Okay. So when you know that your needs are met and that you can achieve them, you are going to be able to work a lot more consistently. When we're talking about that potential, when you're making money, you're going to more easily meet that potential when you're actually making money. So figure out what your needs are. Know what your goals are for your bills. You should know every single month how much money you need to make to cover your bills, to put however much you need to put in savings, to overfund your insurance policies, right? Because that's how we are learning how to become our own banks and all those different things, right? All of that is very imperative and super important. You need to know the amount that you need. So figure out how much premium that you need to write daily to achieve your goal, right? Because the thing is a lot of times we think of a goal, like if I tell you right now, I want you to reach for your $50,000 watch, that might feel like an elephant standing in front of you. That might feel so big and impossible. But here's the thing. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You can't swallow the whole thing, just one bite at a time. So I'm telling you to figure out how to get to your bites, because if you don't know what you're reaching for, you are seldom going to achieve it. Okay, so know what your deadline is. Have a deadline in mind and don't move it. Okay, so if it's getting close to the end of your deadline, don't move the deadline, you move to the deadline. Okay, so here's the formula that's also on your packet, but here's the formula. The goal, whatever your goal money is, divided by your contract level, divided by 75% persistency, which persistency just means that when you are submitting policies, 100% of your policies are not going to place, because sometimes somebody might be ineligible for the policy because of maybe a weight or a health issue or something like that. Maybe you didn't look over your like Chella was talking about today, knowing how to use the products and stuff. Maybe you didn't pay attention to the underwriting guidelines to see exactly how you could use that policy. So understand that a 75% persistency, meaning 75% of your policies are going through and placing, that is the persistency that you want to be at, okay? So your goal money divided by your contract level, divided by 75% persistency, divided by your 75% advance, because we get advanced, right? Divided by 12 months, divided by 4 weeks, divided by however many days you are working. So if you're working 6 days and you keep Sundays as, you know, your day off, then this is what you would look like. Let's say that you want to make $5,000, okay? So $5,000 divided by, let's say I'm a field associate and I want to make $5,000 and I'm trying to figure out how much premium do I need to make to do that, right? So $5,000 divided by my contract is 50%, right? Divided by the 75% persistency would give me that 13,333, divided by the 75% advance, divided by the 12 months, okay? Divided by the 4 weeks, which gives me, I would need to only write $50 a day for me to be able to achieve what I'm looking for, okay? Or if I wanted to put that in a month, I would be writing $345 for that month. So this is something that you're wanting to take that elephant and bring it down to small bites so that you can figure out how to do what you need to do. You should know every single month how much money you are going to have. And you should make sure that every single month you're bringing in at very minimum whatever you need to clear all of your goals and your bills, okay? So this is the thing, to be able to get to that point, you need to be promotion focused, okay? To be able to find out where are you finding this money? How are you finding all of those policies? Be promotion focused, okay? Your promotion will move your identity like a thermometer. Okay, so you're either the temperature that's being moved or you're the thermometer that's setting the temperature. So you don't want to be the one that's always being moved. You want to set the temperature. So you want to know exactly how much money you're going to make, know exactly how you're going to find those policies as well. So the best way to drive activity and make money is through promotions, okay? So hit MD by building 4 FAs. We talked about it. You shouldn't hit a promotion by yourself. So if you're looking to hit MD, promote 4 FAs and you will hit MD. If you're looking to become an SMD, what you need to do is you need to have 3 direct FAs that have 3 direct FAs, okay? If you want to, and Curtis just talked about President's Club, hit President's Club at every level. Some people think President's Club is just for marketing directors. It's not. President's Club should be a goal of yours. If you're an associate, if you started here yesterday, if you've been here for 10 years, whatever you are, you should be hitting President's Club at every level, every single month. If you don't promote yourself, then you can't get paid. So you want to increase your income by increasing your contract level. You're increasing your contract level every time you hit a promotion. And every time you hit a promotion, you're doing that because you're increasing other people's contract levels, right? So it's very expensive to be poor. Understand that it's expensive to be poor. Here's the thing. You have credit cards that you got to live off of. So then that means there's all these rates. By the time you pay off that credit card, let's say you spent $500 on something, you will have spent that, paid that $500 back 3 to 4 times before you pay that thing off. So this is the thing. You want to be able to put yourself in a position to make money, because then you have all these rates and things like that that's going to keep you in that same position. Okay, so the more money you make, the more you get for free. The more money you make, the more you end up getting for free. Like these trips that we're talking about, you know, Patrick will, you know, once you start getting promotions and doing all these things, the more money you're making, you're able to qualify for all these different things. The more money, listen, the thing is right now, last month, Belinda, she put herself in a position to be able to write the most points, right? She's putting herself in a position, it's not all said and done yet, but she's putting herself in a position to win some red bottoms. She's about to make more money than most of you did based off of her efforts last month. And now she's also going to get some free red bottoms. That's the way that it works, right? The more money equals higher level of confidence. The more money you have, the higher level of confidence you're going to have, which means you're going to be able to close a lot more efficiently, which means you're going to get to bigger money. Okay, so the more money you have, the more your confidence is. The more your confidence is, the more you close, and the more you close, you get to big money. So have a directs and a policies minimum for yourself. Know every single month how many directs you need to have, how many policies you need to write every single month, because your directs are going to bring you to new markets, which is how you make your money, right? Also understand that associate count determines how much money you can make. right? Because if you're sitting on this call and you're the only one on this call, you're getting fired up. You're ready to go run through a wall out of this, right? But here's the thing, you're by yourself. Imagine if you had 10 people on this call with you. You would be making so much more money after this because everybody's ready to go. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's fired up. Everybody's ready to grow. So every single appointment, every single thing that we do, make sure that you are paying attention to your associate count, because the more people that are on the calls that are with you, the more opportunities you will have to be going in the field and field training, which means you'll be able to make more money. The number one focus, and here's the thing, make sure you understand this. There is obviously, the number one focus, it has to be your revenue activities when you're trying to reach your promotions and when you're trying to grow and get done your goals. Okay, so the thing is, when you're revenue focused, it's gonna solve 80% of your issues. Okay, 7 out of 10 decisions we make every single day are about money. Okay, here's the thing, if you have $30,000 right now, probably 80% of the issues that you have right now would be washed away clean, right? So that's important to understand. Also know, and this is the thing, of course, our system, the way that we're built, it's faith, family, then business, right? But here's the thing, sometimes to reach the goals that you have for your family, you have to put your business first. Right? So my family's first, but that doesn't mean every birthday party, every this, every that, all kinds of things are going to come always in front of my business. Because if I'm doing this business for my family, putting this business first sometimes is you putting your family first. Right? So understand that, because if you got to make money, you got to reach some goals to be able to take care of your family financially. You have to be able to put your business first. You have never met a wildly successful person that has never made sacrifices. And so this is where this part comes in. So when it says right here, the importance of order is money, recruiting, and relationships, then family. That is based off of your focus in this area of growing your promotion. You need to be focused on your financial situation, because that's what's going to help you to grow the confidence and all of that stuff to keep recruiting. Once you start recruiting, you need to build relationships. And then that's when you're going to be able to go and, this business is very fluid sometimes. Then that's when you can start saying, okay, now I can do the birthday parties. Now I can do, the family things and all the get-togethers, all of that kind of stuff. But what you attract is your identity. Understand that whatever you attract is your identity. So make sure that you're starting to level up the association. Make sure that you're recruiting up, right? Because your income contributes to high confidence. So I'm fired up for you guys to start making some really good money and utilize this formula to help yourselves do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the next speaker. No, the next video. That's what it is. It's a video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go into another video, and then we'll come back for the next speaker.
Spring, that was bomb. So is it then satisfying to leave at your peak?
No.
Or is it maddening to leave at your peak?
It's maddening, because I felt like we could have won 7. I really believe that. We may not have, but man, just not to be able to try, that's something that, I just can't accept. For whatever reason, I just can't accept it.
Woo. Killer, man, that was awesome. Guys, this is so crucial. We are in the final hour right now. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Stephanie to do our last raffle right now. Very excited. And then after that, we're gonna go into coach, and you guys are going to get all the nuggets, and we are gonna be ready to close out. I'm super excited about this. So Stephanie, go ahead and take it over.
Awesome. Are your guys' fingers ready at the keyboard? They should be as ready when you guys are going for these gifts as when you're prospecting, okay? So your question is, if you quit once, it will become a what? Oh, somebody got it. Let me go. Who is it? Dang, you guys all understand this, so none of y'all quitting. It looks like Manuel, is he the first one?
Woo!
Yep.
Congratulations, Manuel.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not pulling a Steve Harvey, so you guys let me know who was.
Yes.
Say their name.
Manuel.
Say my name, say my name. Say his name.
I love it. So give it up for Emmanuel. Great job. Super excited. All right,
He's getting
guys.
a book from Helen.
A book from Helen. Awesome. Congratulations. Super excited. Guys, I want you guys to get all the energy that you had when you first got on this call. All the excitement, all of that. We are in the last home stretch of this call right now. So I want us to give our most excited energy. Do a little one of these really quick. Give yourself a little
jumping jacks.
Wake yourself up, pinch yourself, whatever. Do whatever you got to do, because right now, is getting to the money. Give it up for none other than your coach, Steve.
Let's go, coach.
Good. Let's close it out.
Now walk the children up.
Let's get ready to rumble.
So, guys, we're coming to the end. So, how'd you like the last video?
Ooh.
You said,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
said we could have won what? Could have won 7. We could have.
But they quit.
And he still has what? Regret.
Yep.
Regret. That's crazy. He's the GOAT. He's the best. And he still has regret.
Didn't try.
Yeah. What do you have regret about?
Wasn't given a choice.
Yeah. What do you have regret about? What are things that you haven't accomplished yet that you say, man, if we would have started earlier, if I really been working, like, I wonder what. The coolest thing about like our system right now and what's going on with you is you guys still have the choice to change whatever that reality is. So maybe you haven't won your championships yet, whatever that may be. You don't have to live with regret. Jordan can never go back and play basketball again. It's over. Our game is, no matter what your age is, you keep playing. You decide when it's over. It's a little different, huh? When you're playing basketball, you only have a run rate. Your body, you can only do for things for so long. In this game, you can play as long as you want. So what is your championships? What does that even look like for you? What is your success? What does that kind of look like? So you got to be very clear on that, because he was forced out. The GOAT was forced out, and we talk about it. Pretty interesting. Let's play the next video, Joel, before we go into my next topic really quickly, please. Which should be.
One of the criticisms has been, Michael Jordan's a great player, but he can't lead his teammates to a championship. He can't make them better players.
You were known at that time as the guy who was a spectacular performer, but not the winner that Magic and Larry were.
Which ate at me. It did. It did.
That's it. Thank you so much, Joel. First and foremost, Joel's been helping so much today. I want to give him a hand clap personally, man. He's been doing his thing.
That's right, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
And a lot of people, that video hits home because there's been a lot of wins here. And we get a lot of like, okay, at one point it'd be like, okay, well, who's the MDs? You guys don't promote MDs. So we start promoting MDs. Okay. Oh, you guys don't have any ring earners yet. Yes, you're right. We don't have any ring earners yet. Oh, you don't have a 1 million point base shops. Yeah, you're right. We don't have it yet. You're not a chairman yet. Yeah, you're right. We're not yet. There's a lot of yets. There's a list of yets. There's a list of yets. And I could relate with Jordan so much because, yeah, man, I mean, when he came in the league, he had a mentality of changing the whole franchise. The same way I had a mentality of saying, you know what? When we came in the league, liberation wasn't something that was a big deal. Honestly, Dr. Cooper had his credibility and things along those lines, but there wasn't a lot of respect in it. And we were very, very intentional to making sure that Dr. Cooper got respect. And we've always held his flag, no matter if it was popular or not. When people talk crap, I don't care if it's CEO, it doesn't matter. And you guys watch the videos. Doesn't matter. Still loyal. Always have been, always will be. Because a flag carrier, I don't care. It's not about what you're doing now. It's a consistency with saying, I will always be here because of the gratitude of the opportunity that you offered. And then the video we played before this was about Doug Collins saying, hey, it's my first game as a coach. And Jordan comes to him and says, what? Oh, don't worry about it, man. I'll make sure you win your first game. Don't worry about it. No matter what, you're going to win your first game because I got you. Don't worry about it. I know you're nervous right now and stuff like that, Coach. I got you, though. You can count on me. It was a flag carrier conversation from the beginning. If you just follow exactly where he's going, no wonder he's the GOAT. Like success consistently leaves clues if you just watch and you listen. Consistently. And that's a flag carrier conversation right there. It has nothing to do about feelings. Has nothing to do about feelings. It's just what you're going to do. And hopefully you gotta make that decision because everybody wants flag carriers. Think about this. Everybody wants flag carriers. But again, you probably will never attract it if you're not one. So you want to start thinking about that conversation and what you need to fix so you can go duplicate that for yourself as you move forward. Another big topic we're about to talk about right now is one of my favorites is what's about to happen next. So let me share my screen. So what's about to happen next? I've been very, very excited. God's given me two gifts. It's very simple for me. You know, maybe you guys have tons of them and all that. My gifts are very easy. I can do things a lot easily, but my two major gifts are vision and discernment. Always have been. Those are my gifts. So I've always been able to see things way in the future before they happen, and always have been like, oh, this is about to happen, and it happens. It just always is. I've always had it since I was young. It's weird. And a lot of people say, oh, you're scary. Like, but it always does. It's just I have that vision. It is kind of how it works. And then discernment. I can feel people, and I kind of know where their spirits are before even we go that route. I'm like, oh, that person, they got a demonic spirit over them right now. They got to work on themselves. Like there's different discernments that the Lord has blessed me with. So what am I bringing that up with? I'm very excited about what's going on right now. Very excited about what's going on with the organization. And I'm not excited for what like us. Please don't get that twisted. It's not an us conversation. Like I'm excited because that's why we played that clip, is that I feel the same way Jordan feels when he's saying, how does it feel when you hear that TGA keeps winning all these championships, or MSN winning all these championships, or all these other sidelines are doing their thing and everybody's getting promoted? It eats at us. The same that clip. I was like, that's how we feel. It eats at us because people know us, so it's not an us conversation. That's not our season. Our season is not us. For us, it's who's next. Who's next? That's why we put so much in this. We're like, we need to. It's time. It's time for the next to rise up. It's time for the Champagnes. It's time for the VARs. It's time for the Annas. It's time for. We need more people to rise up. Ashley, like we need you to rise up. That's where we're at right now. And so a lot of people are like, okay, where's he going with this? Well, this is what's about to happen. Because we're very intentional. My ego is so high on this team's success. That's where my ego's at. My ego's on the team success right now. So I'm very, very intentional. Very, very intentional on everyone getting a championship right now. I'm very, very intentional on everybody's lifestyle increasing. I'm very, very intentional on pouring. Guys, our phones, guys, babe, when we got off the call yesterday, how late were you on calls last night after that?
Oh, till like midnight almost.
Why? Because we're very, very, that's not, please don't like, oh, they're trying to like show us what we're doing. No. We don't need recognition. Like that's not our point of bringing it up. Is that we're very, very intentional on seeing you increase. Very, very intentional on that. And that's all we were looking for right now. So understand our intention of our conversation. So the vision here is not for a Curtis and Spring. The vision here is for the franchise to increase, because as this increases, everybody has to increase. And it could only increase if you increase. It could only increase if we stop these limiting beliefs, if you start competing and saying, you know what, our family does deserve better. So we're looking forward to that. And I'm very, very excited because I already see it in my head what's going to happen. I already see it. I already know what's happening. I'm just waiting for you to watch the same movie I'm seeing in my head all the time already. That's the most annoying thing about someone that has vision. Let me tell you what the annoying person, like I'm very annoying to live with. I'm very annoying to live with because I already know where we're going, but I have to wait till we get there. I like, you know what I'm saying? Like I already know the ending of the movie, but I'm still like in the beginning. So I'm like so annoyed that we have to go through this whole journey. Thought that someone with vision has to like, it's so bothersome with having to go through the waiting period when you already know what's about to happen. So I'm already excited. I already know what's going to happen to each one of you. I've been praying for a very long time. Like when I meet someone, I know exactly what's happening. I'm like, oh, okay, I see them exactly where they're going to hit. Wow, they're going to be a multi-millionaire. They're going to chase somebody's life. Look at the influence over there. Like that's the blessing I've been blessed with. So I'm very, very excited for when I look at you and I see you. I just hope you see the same way that we see you. Hope you see yourself the same way we see you. So this is what's going to happen, guys. As we go through this end of this conversation. Vision equals eternal life. Maybe you guys see it in hosting, but you don't really understand it. Like what's about to happen. When we say last dance, that means by 2029, we're still in 2020. So we have a decade of what's about to happen. Well, I'm just getting you guys prepped for the next season. I'm getting you prepped as we are the 1990 Bulls that we've been losing against the Detroit Pistons, consistently getting beat up. And we're working on ourselves and we're about to walk in. And guess what? We're about to take a championship away from the Lakers. And then we're about to go on a run. And about to be championship at the 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 championship. And we're going to define what championships is right now. But this is exactly what's going to happen. For this team to really become a senior vice president team, because you're not really a promotion until you can consistently keep hitting the promotion. I'm not looking to hit SVP. Doesn't make sense? If you consistently keep running the numbers, you are that. And you're not really that until you promote it, by the way. So if you're an FA, you can't promote an FA, you're not really an FA. If you're an associate, you can't promote an associate, you're not really an associate. If you're an MD, you can't promote an MD, you're not currently really, like you hit the title, but we need to go promote it so you can define that you know what you're doing, because if you can't teach it, you can't duplicate it, you currently are not that. So yes, I'm not even an EMD because I never promoted an EMD yet. Did you guys get it? I'm an SMD. I promoted SMD. So that's how you keep yourself accountable, because if you can't teach it, you can't duplicate it, that means you still don't know it yet. So that's what keeps you growing and keeps you grinding on that. So SVP, we need 4 new MDs. Who's that going to be on this call? EVP, we can close that out very simple. That's 8 new marketing directors on this call. Who's that going to be? Why are you so scared of that title? It's not a big deal. Go across it already. It's just a decision over 90 days. Joe Molina talked about it. PC, that's 10 new MDs. Who's going to be that? Are you going to take a lot of that market share? Because that's what flag carriers do. They say, you know, because that's the call. Shoot, I'm gonna have 5 of those out of that. That's 50%. I'm taking those 5 MDs. I can find 5 people out of 53 million people that are in unemployment right now looking for an opportunity to change their lives. I can find 5 that want to do something big. I can find 10 that wants to do something big. Do you give birth to that? First, the chairman team. To be a pillar to, like, there's no chairman in Liberation. Why not become the first 2? Why not pass everybody up? Why not? It's an opportunity for that. Board council team. There's no board council in Liberation. Let's go become a pillar and become the first to that. Master builder. That's 3 direct chairmen. That's new. That's what? 100 new MDs, 3 direct $1 million earners. Do you guys look at this and say, I want a piece of it? Because that's what I look at when our coach calls it something, when Liberation says, when Dr. Cooper says, oh, we're going to be in every relevant country around the world. I'm already planning. We have maps. And we say, that's the country we're in. That's the country we're going to override. Do you think like that? If not, I'm trying to help you birth that right now. I'm trying to help you birth that right now. That's already on your list. So what's a championship? What's a championship? What is a championship? If Joel, if you could play the video right there, the second to last video, which is the championship when he wins his first one, so we can get the emotion, so we can understand what a championship looks like.
When you get to that finish line and you know that you won, all those emotions that you wrapped up into, you can just kind of let go.
Some of y'all need to watch that. Watch that Last Dance, baby. If you haven't watched it, watch it again. So what's the championship? Have you envisioned what it's going to look like? Have you envisioned what it's going to feel like? But who you are currently can't reach a championship. Michael Jordan knew that. It took him 7 years. 7 years of struggle. 7 years of pain. 7 years of getting beat up. 7 years of criticism. Over and over and over and over and over again. And you just let it go. And now you saw the emotion pour out, holding that trophy. What's your championship? What is a championship? And how will you contribute to the first championship of your franchise? Because a championship here and defined by PHP agency is a 1,000,000-point base shop. And guess what? Either you run a base shop or you're in a base shop. And this is a couple things that you have to think about. Because you're all going to want championships. You're all going to want to run your own franchises. But if you're in one, can you contribute to your agency becoming a franchise player? Can you contribute to that actually becoming a championship, winning their first championship? Because guess what? Everybody that helped win that trophy, everybody was a part of it. The whole city's a part of it. And you saw the emotion. And from there, that was the first of many. So what does that look like? The first right here is leader number one. What's a leader number one? A leader number one is going to produce 300,000 points, okay, to the base shop before they leave the base shop. They're going to do 150,000 personal by doing that because they want to help their franchise. Maybe that's MFL, maybe that's World Class, maybe that's SWAT, whatever your franchise you're a part of, BCE, whatever it may be. You're going to be a leader one. You say, I'm going to contribute to the championship. We need our first championship because I'm a franchise player. Well, what you're going to do is 25,000 no matter what in your team points monthly. You and your team would do 25,000 points no matter what. You personally would do 12,500 every month. Guess what that's going to pay you? $4,000 cash flow monthly. What will you get? Your watch. You get your gold watch in the base shop. And what will happen? When you pop out, you'll get your ring in anywhere from 1 to 6 months. From what? Becoming a marketing director. You'll get one of these very quick. So how long do you want to wait till you get one of these on your hand? You want it faster or you want it slower? Because this is just points. It's just families help. They ain't like need like families not to be helped right now. There's tons of them. It's just how bad you want it. Leader number two. And by the way, the franchise owners, by the way, you only need 5 players to get the championship at leader two. At leader one, you only need 3 players that want to be leader ones to get the championship. So you have if you have 5 leader twos, your franchise wins the championship. Will you be that for your franchise? Because it's 200,000 points committed to the base shop before you pop. That's 60,000 personal points. That's 17,000 personal points, no matter what, as a team that you do, you and your team down. That means that's 5,000 that you will do personally a month. You'll make an extra $2,000 a month cash flow. You could do it a lot faster if you like. And what you'll get your ring anywhere from a year to 18 months from popping out. How about leader 3? Maybe you say, you know what? I'll be leader 3. You only need 10 players on your squad to become a championship at a leader 3 level. That means you produce 100,000 points committed to the base shop, 20,000 personal points, 8,500 no matter what monthly. That's 1,700. You go in the pin and go and help 1,700 points. It means you make an extra 1,200. In 24 to 36 months, you'll get your ring. How fast would you want to get your personal ring? How fast you want to contribute? No matter who you are, you need to check. If you're very serious about helping your franchise, like Michael Jordan says, I'm going to make sure that this franchise is respected. I'm not just here to play. I just don't want to be here to play. It's going to be hard. I don't think it's impossible, though. That was his first thing when he stepped into the organization. That was the first thing he said. It's going to be hard, but it's not going to be impossible. And look what he did in 7 years. He changed everything. So write down, go ahead and write down, check who you are. Are you a leader 1? Are you a leader 2? Are you a leader 3? Can your MD, your coach, your franchise, can you be 1 to 10? Can you be 1 to 5? Can you be 1 to 3? Can you help them become a championship? Who are you? Because it's a very, very big deal. It's a very, very big deal. Opening up championship, these are dollars of premiums that families forever will be taken care of because someone will in the field and take care of them. Very, very big deal. And let me talk about levels of gratitude, because this is really the secret. A lot of people say, what's the secret? The secret's always going to be levels of gratitude. Whoever's more grateful will perform more because they know where they came from. They have an opportunity to change everything for their family. So what level of gratitude are you really committed to for the opportunity that you got? Or you didn't think this was another opportunity? Like you didn't think this was pretty random? Well, it all comes from level and performance. The first level is always saying, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. So my performance from saying thank you to you will be me hitting President's Club every month, and we'll do 10,000 points monthly. Thank you. That's my first level of gratitude. My second level of gratitude would be pretty general, okay? So basically what it is I'm a general for you. I'm a general. Like if we're talking military, I'm one of your generals. So you're going to produce, again, anywhere from 100,000 to 300,000 points before you pop out. That's what you're going to do. You're going to help your franchise and produce that. Level 3 would be, I'm a partner. Like you don't just see me as one of your generals. I want to be a partner with you. I want some ownership in this game with you. Well, guess what? You're going to become an MD. You're going to go get your ring. Now we see you as a partner. But I don't want to just be a partner with you. I want to be like a loyal partner. Like I know your social and everything like that. I'll take care of you. Stuff like I know that stuff. I'm a loyal partner. Well, you're either going to run a 1 million point base shop, which means you got a championship under your belt, or you're going to become a senior vice president. We know you're loyal. We can trust you. Anything you need, we got you forever. But the secret is always going to be level 5, which is the ultimate gratitude. The ultimate gratitude, which means you run a 1 million point base shop, you become a senior vice president and more, and you're $1 million earner. That means you're a pillar, which means you help your agency owner, the one you work with, the one that brought you into the business. You are a pillar for them to help them become a master builder. It's that's the best. That's your best gratitude you can give them. If you do this, you are a pillar to them. And by the way, to help your upline become a master builder, they only need 3 of them. So why don't you just become one of the 3? Will you be one of the 3? Because that's the ultimate gratitude. The ultimate gratitude. So we look forward to seeing which one you do, because there's a video we're going to play right now, and there's going to be a story that's told. And hopefully that you'll be able to share your story on stage at the podium when we all 20 years from now, 15 years from now, we have all our annual conventions consistently, and we have our big retreats, and we call you maybe because you're going to be part of the Justice League, and then we blindfold you, and we get a jet, and we can send it to somewhere in a hangar next to your house. You have a G-Wagon that picks you up. You go hop in the G-Wagon, it takes you to an undisclosed area with a round table, probably in a castle somewhere, and we go help underserved areas around the world that can't even go help themselves because we have the money and the finances to be able to take care of people. It's a lot of stuff we're going to be doing. We're not here just to play games, guys. Like most of the money that you're going to make is going to be after your career. Like that's when Jordan became a billionaire, not when he played. He became after, because he started owning businesses. But guess what? It's going to happen too from your run rate, because you're going to be able to have partnerships with people that want to do big things, that want to be bestseller authors, that want to be on stages consistently, that want to be coaches, that want to be doctors, want to do different things, seasons, and touch people's lives. But they're going to see how you perform. They're going to see how you compete. And that's how they respect you. And they say, you know what, let's partner outside of only this PHP, because I can fund your goals and dreams too together. And let's do something bigger. It's going to happen. So Mr. Joe Molina, can you play our last video? And then we're going to close this up.
Woo! A lot of people have been asking me about the shot the other night. Michael in traffic to Curl. And there have been some misconceptions about what actually happened. I wanted to clear it up. When we called timeout with 25 seconds to go, we went into the huddle. He comes off, I'll be ready. And Phil told Michael, he said, Michael, I want you to take the last shot. And Michael said, you know, Phil, I don't feel real comfortable in these situations. So maybe we ought to go in another direction. Why don't we go to Steve? So I thought to myself, well, I guess I got to bail Michael out again.
Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot.
The shot went in, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Take the shot, baby.
Oh, wow, EDC.
Oh, lastly is, what will your story be? What will your story be? That was his story. What will yours be? Can we count on you? And write down, what should we expect from you moving forward? What is your weekly commitment moving forward? Who's your accountability partner? And if you're very, very serious and we can trust you in regards, we want to pass you the ball because it's time for you to rise up and level and increase in all areas of your life. And you're very serious about making that bold move. Sign this and send this packet to your upline and say, I'm ready to play ball. Let's go win a championship. It's time to go win a championship. And for those that are serious about that, we're excited to run with you because we didn't build this organization just to be around. We're not here just to play. We're here to change lives tremendously. And hopefully you're on that road with us too. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to the host. Thank you guys for taking the time. Hopefully this get a Million Point Base Shop added value to you. We love you and we'll see you guys on the board.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody get recruited. Everybody get recruited. Everybody.
I am so grateful that we had this opportunity. There are not many organizations that are coming together and putting together whole trainings like this, 2-day trainings, so that you guys can eat before big event. Guys, do you know the mindset that we had just got right now? And then we're going to walk into big event with this? Oh my gosh, I'm fired up. We're starting to play before anybody else gets to the court. I'm so fired up about what's about to happen with the Max Life organization. Man, I just want to take 1 minute to just say thank you so much to our coach, Curtis Eatman. He has spent so much time, tireless hours, sleepless nights, putting all of this together for you guys. So let's give it up one more time to Curtis Eatman.
No, we have.
Let's go, coach.
We're all better because of this MMA. I want to say thank you to our sidelines, the rest of the marketing directors who contributed to this. I want to say thank you. They're the ones who put the money in so you guys could win prizes and make it fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. But the biggest thing, more than the enjoyment and the great time, and this was fun. And, I hope and pray that you don't get off of this call and say, woo, it's time for bed. I hope and pray that you get off of this call and you look through your notes. I hope that you go and you sign that piece of paper and you send it to your marketing director. But I hope that you go through your notes and you look to see where are the areas that I'm going to improve. Let me take my 3 top things from this entire conversation and figure out where I'm going next. Because guess what? I promise you, there's a better, bigger, more stronger, most amazing person on the other side of this information, but it will do nothing for you if you do not apply it. It will do nothing for you if you don't apply it. So figure out what is it that this call was tailor-made for me. And I can't wait to see when you start implementing and you start putting those things to use to see what's going to happen on the other side of this. Guys, I pray that you guys have a blessed night. For those of you who are driving home and all of that kind of stuff, I hope that you guys drive home safely from your offices and things like that. But the biggest thing right now, I want to find out where you guys at right now. Where are you at? I want to hear where you guys are standing right now. Where's your intentions at? I want to hear from you guys. What are you guys thinking? What are your intentions at? I want to hear. Unmute yourself.
I don't know who that was, but I definitely want to be a master builder, not only for my coach in the business, but for Curtis and Spring as well. Because honestly, like if it wasn't for Coach Curtis, I really wouldn't be here today. There was one Fast Start school, and I tell the team all the time, I remember this Fast Start school like it was no other. We were in San Diego, And Coach Curtis told me that if I stick here, I can be the greatest at what I do. But the relationship I was in was not serving me and I needed to get out of it. So I did that. And moving forward, I just see the energy within myself continuously growing. So I definitely want to be a master builder for you guys. And if I was direct to you guys, I would make that happen.
Woo! That's awesome. I love it. Her
That's
fire is
beautiful.
clear, right? I love it. Who's next? Who wants to tell me their intentions?
Coach, I'll go spring. This is Sean from BC.
Let's go,
So
Sean.
my intentions first, I will be hitting director by the end of 15th. Before the 15th, I will be hitting director. I am going to make sure BCE stays number 1, and I will make sure to help and make sure that we do move up as a company and we all work as a team, and we will stay motivational and we will do what it takes, and we're not going to stop no matter what.
I heard that, Sean. I love
nice.
it. Woo, I love it. All right, who's next? Give me more. What
I can be next.
Want? Go ahead.
Okay, so my intentions are to always be at least one of the top 5, whether it be recruits, whether it be production, whether it be cash flow. Like I had 2 spots this time, and I'm gonna continue to have at least one, and perhaps if I work hard enough, I can be on all 5. So that's my goal. That's what you guys can get from me.
I heard that. Hey, let's turn that perhaps into I will, because I'm fired up to see what's gonna happen on the other side of this new Sylvia, because you've been growing this girl. I love it. Who's next? Who wants to tell me?
Oh, I will.
Go ahead, Belinda.
Yeah, so I think I'm really comfortable in that number 1 spot. So I think I'm gonna stay there, just a little bit longer. And no, for real, BCE, like we are so grateful for you guys. You guys are awesome to us. We love you so much, and we're gonna pull our weight and make sure that you guys get to the top.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. You know what I want to hear? I want to hear what's next. Like all of this is amazing. We got some great stuff. What are your intentions on maybe you got on this call thinking to yourself, you know what? I'm going to go to a big event with XYZ amount of lines. Maybe you got on this call and you decide, you know what? I'm new. I've leveled up in my thinking, and I'm gonna make a vertical leap. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna push myself and my thoughts, and I'm gonna bring way more people than I even thought. Is anybody in a position like that where they're feeling like I'm ready for a vertical leap? I'm ready to stop limiting myself with my old beliefs, that I'm ready to walk into this new identity that I just got through this MMA, and I'm ready to start making some declarations that maybe even scare me, but I know that I'm gonna push myself to do it. Anybody feeling kind of like that right now? I want to hear from you. Who's that?
Absolutely. Champagne.
Hey. Let me hear you, Champagne.
We talked about this a little bit earlier too when we broke out to the ladies, but the biggest thing for me is utilizing my abilities, right? Stop giving myself a break. And we were talking about this earlier on the ladies, but just stop basically rewarding myself when I have not yet earned that. So going to bed early, taking the day off, at a certain point in the day or whatever it is, it's like, I just need to push myself and stop giving myself a reason to just say, oh, you did well. Because even though if I made a goal of, I'm going to do 40 recruits, I'm going to do whatever recruits. And I go ahead and say, oh, it's okay, Champagne, because nobody else did it either. It's like, no, you know why you gave yourself that goal, because you know you can hit that goal. So my thing is, again, is using my abilities, because I don't give myself just outlandish, you know what I mean? I know what I'm capable of, and you guys might think you guys know, but you guys haven't seen anything yet. That's all I'll say. And like I said, I just need to stop, because I'm not in this, even though I'm putting myself or maybe comparing myself, that's not where I need to be at, because that's not even the level that I compete at, so I can't keep comparing myself to people saying, oh, they didn't do it either, so it's really fine. No, it's not. It's really not. So anyway, I won't keep going, but that's one thing out of this whole thing.
That's big, guys. That's so big. Guys, there are some of you on this call right now who came to PHP and you could do things that people were like, wow, and applauding you for, you know, and you didn't even realize what you were doing. You were just like, oh, I was just doing what they said to do, right? And then you started to get an awareness of, oh, other people aren't doing what I'm doing, so I'm already good because I'm here, but you're not reaching your capacity. Oh, that's so good. Imagine if Michael Jordan would have came to the Bulls and took inventory of the abilities of the players that were already there and decided to play at that level because he knew that he could still be number one on that team. He would never be a champion. He would never be a 6-time champion. Man, that was big champagne. Somebody, that nugget she just dropped, it was for you. Pick it up and eat it, okay? Because I mean, that was for you. That was awesome. Anybody else have anything they want to say?
Yes, me.
Hello, Miss Victoria.
Come on, Victoria.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go, Victoria.
I'm a trainee, but I'm in training, but I was doubting myself the other day. I said, am I going to be able to bring all that people? Am I going to be able to do all of that? But after listening to you this afternoon, oh my God, I got so much energy. I know I can do it. I know I will.
Oh, there we go.
But I have to thank you for your words, Miss Queen. I love what you said, and that helped me a lot. That energized me, and I know I can do it. And I'm gonna work hard. I know I'm gonna have 2 days off this next week, and those days I'm gonna use to start calling people and bring all the people I can because I know I can do it. Thank you.
Yes, amen, Victoria.
Awesome. Wow.
You brought tears to my eyes, and you just fired me up so much. You have no idea. You know, it's funny because through this entire call, I've been clicking through and looking at you guys. So many people turning their cameras on and off. So many people laying down, falling asleep, all these different things. And I kept seeing Victoria. I kept seeing her. I'm like, man, this lady's feisty. I like this lady. She's here and she's here to play. She's paying attention. She's in there. I am fired up. Victoria, who are you working with?
Fortaleza.
Fortaleza. Sí se puede. Sí se puede, Victoria. Woo! I am so excited. Man, look, this is awesome.
I worked today, but I had my phone on the whole day with my headphones. I was taking notes. I was helping people at the same time. I've been with you guys since 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, give her a round of applause.
Come on now, come on.
I love it. I love it. Victoria, you are such an inspiration that you don't even realize right now. Because you're brand new in the business, you're coming in here and you're saying, you know what? I don't care if I'm working. I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna level up and win. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you hit director and tell some of these people who like they may be coming in here thinking that they're gonna do something. I'm fired up to see you do it before anybody. I'm fired up to see that, Victoria. You let us know whatever you need, and we are here for you. I can't wait to hear your story. I know you have one. I know you have one. I love it. All right, guys. Is there anybody else that has anything that they want to say? Anything you want to declare? Because your time is now. We're about to close out. Your time is now. Let me know.
I do.
Go ahead.
Well, I've been in the company for about 2 months now, and I'm still growing, and I'm still trying to help my group grow. And what you said to me today, or what you said to everybody, I should say, it actually helped out a lot. I've been struggling to try to find my own identity again. So, and I'm working on it, and I'm getting stronger every single day. And this has been helping me do it. And I'm so thankful for my team. I'm so thankful for you and everybody else who's been on here. And I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you for helping.
Of course, man. I love it so much. Man, it's crazy because we had like this much time, and I'm just so excited to see what the ladies are about to do, man. You guys have no idea. You have no idea. These ladies, I promise you, we got some fire. We're stepping things up. We're changing our identities. You guys are not going to even be able to recognize us, okay? You're going to get a call and go, is that Kimberly? Oh, whoa, I didn't even recognize her. Go ahead, girl. I can't wait. Oh, I'm fired up. All right, guys, I'm going to open up the floor one more time. If you got something burning, let me know what it is.
Can I say
Go
something?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
All right.
Come on, Kevin. Let's go,
I tend to not really say anything at the. I get so nervous, but honestly, Victoria, I was able to get her in the company, and man, you guys are not ready for her story at all. I mean, she told me, and I was like, well, I've heard a lot of stories, but hers, and I'm so excited for her. Victoria, I'm so ready to help you get to director. Because I want you to share your story, because I know you're going to touch so many people. And I've been in the company for over a year now, and I've been a director for almost a complete year now. And I've talked to Joel over the past year, and I'm so grateful to Joel. I mean, he's been there with me the whole time, him and Pat, and I mean, they've just always been there for me. And all the ups and downs, which have mostly been downs, you know, and I was technically, I mean, I should have quit. I should have. I have absolutely had nothing going on, nothing, but I kept trying, and I've given up so many times, but I'm just like, no, I have to be here. This has to work, and I know it will work. And yesterday was actually my mom. We celebrated my mom's 50th birthday, and you know, she means the world to me. And I was here because I know that through this, I'm gonna be able to give my parents more than what they've been able to give me and my family and my sisters. So what I want to say is I know this is gonna happen. I've been feeling it since January. Joel, I want to make a commitment to you and to Curtis and Spring and everybody here. I will be hitting SMD by the end of this year. If I have to crawl to the finish line, I don't care. I will do it. Joel, we're taking you to EMD, EVP, Chairman's Council, whatever it is, because I know I have a team that's going to be backing me up now. And you guys have just seen Victoria. So just get ready. Just get ready.
Yes, I'm fired up to hear you say that, Kevin. Man, I'm excited. Let me tell you something. I'm super excited and fired up for what's happening, even with our organization, with our Spanish market, man. I'm so excited. We're just scratching the surface, and I'm just so excited what's happening right now. You know why? Because nosotros necesitamos más personas que quieren ayudar su comunidad, ¿ok? Necesitamos
Okay. Let's go.
que quieren ayudar las comunidades, ¿ok? And con PHP, con Max Life, sí se puede. Sí se puede.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I probably said stuff wrong, but you know my heart. You know what I'm trying to say. I love it. Man, let's do this. I'm fired up. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
I've had a long day.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen once we leave this day, you guys. Don't go to bed without making a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to yourself and don't keep it to yourself. Send it to your upline. Let them know what you're declaring, because guess what? We have the power of the tongue, and whatever we decree and declare, it has no choice but to be done. And I'm just so excited that this is what's happening right now. I'm excited that we're on one accord. We have never been more together, more unified as an organization. There's nobody that can stop us. There's no devil in hell that can come and get us off of our tracks. And I'm so excited because we got some work to do, baby. We got some work to do, baby. And now we have the tools, and I'm fired. Let's get after it. I love you guys. Let's have a wonderful night. And at the most important, let's show others how to live a max life. All right. Good night, you guys.
Prayer line in the morning.
Let's go.
Get on that prayer line. Prayer line. Y'all on one accord tomorrow.